It's time better to spend, like at the footy.
It's we know two times, never, because the team at Gameday Warehouse has the right solution here. Plus we notice the needs of any budget. We're located at 120, 124.
Connection's really good.
Bayswater North. Give us a call 827 8727.
This has dropped out. Yep.
Program sponsor.
What do you do when you have a medical emergency? Public emergency departments do a great job, but they're always busy and often have long waiting times.
They do.
Private hospitals charge you $280 and more for additional services. But at Ikira Urgent Care, there's no waiting. You will only pay a maximum of $150 out of pocket, which includes other diagnostic services that you may need. So which option should you choose? Ikira Urgent Care, Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call them on this number 9839 3333. 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care. Your health, your destiny. Radio Eastern 98.1. Time for footy. Hi everyone, I'm Peter McArthur, your studio host for this afternoon.
On EFL Sunday, it's time for the match of the round. Let's cross to our team and go local for your footy.
Yes, it's Division 2 Choose Tap Finals time, and it's an elimination final day across the Eastern Football League today. And we're out here at Jubilee Park for Bayswater and Mooroolbark. Mooroolbark finishing in third spot on the ladder. Mooroolbark in third spot, Bayswater in fourth spot. But the Waters have had the Barkers as measure all throughout season 2012, and we're looking forward to bringing you this one right here on EFL Gameday. And all today, thanks to the Pie Shed. The Pie Shed, thanks in the stores, I should say, in Bayswater and Scoresby. Their pies are absolutely delicious, combined with fresh meat and vegetables. Over 40 varieties of pies. So make sure you see Mark and the team out there at Scoresby and Bayswater, thanks to the Pie Shed. I'm Ben Waterworth. I'm your very, very short pre-match host, because the boys are out there, almost set to go. The reserves have just finished, and it looks like that Mooroolbark have just pipped Bayswater. A bit of an upset, because Mooroolbark did finish below Bayswater in the Division 2 season, but good to see the Barkers getting up. It's time to welcome the team out here today, and let's start with the co-commentator today. He was doing some fine work thanks to Choose Tap in the stats chair yesterday, but good to have him in the co-commentator's position today. Good afternoon to Dyson Baker.
Good afternoon to you, Benny. Really looking forward to this one. I mean, yesterday just getting that juice of finals action into the bones was good, but actually getting to call a game, and especially a game like this, it should be an interesting clash. Really looking forward to it.
It should be an absolute ripper, and that'll be after 10 past 2 here, whether you're listening to 98.1 FM or streaming us right here on EFL.org.au. Let's welcome our two special comments men into the EFL Gameday box today. You heard him on EFL Sunday, and he's just a little bit down, so we'll try and raise his hopes today after he saw his beloved Hawks go down to Montrose yesterday. But he's back up and about. He's happy. He's smiling. He's Ray Baird. Good afternoon to you, Ray.
Good afternoon, Ben. And I must say, look, all credit goes to Montrose on that victory yesterday. Though I'm happy.
You happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
All right, excellent, good stuff. And joining us, a very special man for a special comments today is, of course, the captain of the Doncaster East Football Club. Knows Division 2 inside and out, and we're privileged to have him with special comments today for the Mooroolbark and Bayswater clash. He's a good friend of BWS and the team here on the media teams. Good afternoon to Lee Murphy.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on board this afternoon. We look forward to hearing some of your stuff. But time to welcome the main man, the broadcast manager of the Eastern Football League. Good afternoon, you BWS.
G'day, Benny. Absolutely wrapped to be out here. Position A out here at Ringwood, elimination final day. Bayswater versus Mooroolbark. It doesn't get much better than this. They played each other in the reserves. Great to see Scotty Demetrio kicking the winning goal and saluting quite largely too after he did that. But we're all here for the we're here for the big game, aren't we? And it's it's sure to be an absolute cracker. Thrilled to have the team on board, and especially Lee Murphy. Special comments. We had Brett Davidson on the team yesterday afternoon, and it's it'll be good to hear him this afternoon. But we're going to have to cross down because they look at the stare I'm getting from the middle of the ground from the two boundary riders. They thought that I'd forgotten about them, and I actually had. So let's cross down to them. Thanks to the Kira Urgent Care for the first time today. Jeff Manalitza, welcome to you. These guys are so organised, aren't they? And, well, I don't even know if they've got their mic on down there. It's Arthur Hall's on board, so obviously things have gone AWire already. But, Jeff, are you down there? No, we can't actually hear Jeff, but let's speak to the special comments guys that we've got on board with us this afternoon. Ray Baird, you're a Division 2 specialist this year. You've seen most sides play. Where do you see this game going? Mooroolbark, they've been part of the big three, haven't they? But they come up against Bayswater, who more or less have fallen into the finals, but they've won 4 games out of 5, so it could be an interesting match out here. Yeah,
as you said, look, Mooroolbark, they've certainly been up there in the top 3, but look. Finals are a different kettle of fish. Mooroolbark did win 5 more games than Bayswater, but now they start even keel. Finals are completely different. Look, I personally think that it's going to be a very close game. I'm tipping Mooroolbark to win just to get over the line. I think their midfield's going to be their strength. They're bigger-bodied midfielders. I mean, they're the sort of players that come to fruition in finals.
Murph, you get to play against these two sides throughout the season and have done so for a number of years. So, what are some of the main matchups that you see happening out here, and some of the main players that will stand out today?
I think Mooroolbark, their midfield depth's probably one of their strengths. They've probably got 10 or 12 blokes who have got to rotate through there, as opposed to sort of Bayswater's probably 6 to 8. So I think in finals, sort of your midfield spread's going to be very important, especially on a big ground out here at Ringwood. The matchups, I think. Well, Brett Jane, who's out, is a massive out for Bayswater.
Let's talk about that. Dyson Baker, you heard the early word on Brett Jane?
No, apparently
Sorry, I should go to you, Murph, because you had a chat to him downstairs. Of course, what's the go? Why is he in playing?
I saw a few of the boys on the way in and saw him in his. I was not changed. I said, "What's wrong?" And he said his hammy's a bit tight. He couldn't come up for this week, but he's hopefully for their sake, Bayswater get over the line. He can play next week, but I think his hammy's a bit tight.
Yeah, okay. And he's one of those X factors that we were talking about before we came to air, and such a versatile player, so he really is a big loss for them.
Yeah, massive loss. He's, as we said, he's probably the X factor. I thought he might have gone forward just to sort of just stretch Mooroolbark's back line, but him out is probably a massive loss, and it will probably hurt him today, I'd say.
Well, let's cross down boundary side for the second time this afternoon to our Akira Urgent Care boundary riders, Arthur Hall and Jeff Manalitza. Good afternoon to you guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Sorry about the microphone mishap. There's something about an on-off button I didn't understand. Listen, we're down here on the ground. What a sensational ground it is. Underfoot, it's dry, it's hard, so the weather hasn't affected it. It's a big ground, as you know, boys, so you're going to have to really have your looking glasses on. Really impressed with the waters in the last couple of weeks, and I'm tipping that they're going to get up today with their clash jumper on. I just think the pressure they've been under the last couple of weeks, they'll bring it through, and I'm also tipping it's going to be a game of forwards as well. And I'll pass you to Jeff for a weather report.
Yeah, guys. Hi to all our Radio Eastern listeners out here today. A bit breezy at the moment, so it's a southwesterly breeze to our left-hand side of the radio dial in that right forward pocket. A bit overcast as well. We might get a shower or two throughout the game, but nice conditions here at the moment.
And your tip this afternoon, Jeff?
Yeah, look, I think Mooroolbark, they've shown their class all season, and I think they should get over the line today.
Well, our Choose Tap Statsman has joined us in the broadcast position. He's the number 1 statsman in the Eastern Football League and probably the VFL these days. It's a very good afternoon to you, Grant Campbell.
WS.
And what have you got for us today? Where have these two sides sit? Where is the game going to be won when you look at it on paper?
Well, Mooroolbark have won 50 quarters this season. Bayswater have won 40. The big difference is in the third quarter. Mooroolbark have won 15. With a points differential of plus 187. Bayswater just won the 9 with a points differential of negative 39. The other area is in defence. Mooroolbark are only conceding 67 points a match and only conceded 100 points once this season. Bayswater averaging 80 points a match conceding, and 4 times have conceded 100 points. So Mooroolbark's defence have a slight edge, and often finals games comes down to which side has the best defence.
And is that how you're going to sway your vote which way this game will go today?
Well, I think it's going to be more one-sided than we'd actually hoped for today. I'm going to tip Mooroolbark by about 10 goals.
Okay, would the exclusion of Jane have anything to do with that?
It certainly would. He's been one of their two main goal kickers. I actually had a look at the stats, and Jane's kicked 39 in 11 games, so he's a big loss. They probably have to look for McInerney now. He's kicked 45 this season. Also the likes of Burmeister, Galvin, Winterton and Hayhurst to step up.
Those stats that Grant just come up with, I think those for and against, I think a lot of that attributes to the grounds they've been playing on. Mooroolbark's ground, as we know, has been heavy, a low-scoring games out there, whereas the Bayswater Oval's been in great condition, and you always find at the Bayswater Oval you get higher scores.
So your tip this afternoon, Ray?
I am tipping Mooroolbark to get over the line in a close one, probably 10 points.
Okay, and Murph, your final word?
I think Mooroolbark by about 4 goals. I just think they've got too many match winners on the ground. If you go through them, you've got Polkinghorne, Tavesky, Giorgio, Linford, Mullet, Martin, Smith. There's just too much talent on the ground. I think they'll get over the line by about 4 to 5 goals.
Of course, Bayswater wearing the clash strip today, a little bit prison bar-ish of Port Adelaide from the samples. So if you're out at the ground, Bayswater are wearing the black and white strip today. Mooroolbark in their traditional green garb. Dyson Baker, your tip this afternoon?
Look, I'm going to go right in the middle between the two, between sort of Grant and Murph. I'm going to say it's going to be a reasonably close encounter for most of the day. I just think the cluster Mooroolbark will end up running probably about 5 or 6 goals in the end.
And Mooroolbark will be kicking to the Ringwood station end out here at Jubilee Park, if you know the ground. So I'm not too sure which way the breeze is blowing out there. It is gustily, but it's a bit awkward, a bit like it was at East Burwood yesterday afternoon. So I'm pretty sure it is blowing to the right-hand side of your radio dial.
Yeah, you just got the point from Jeff Manolitza down towards the cricket nets in the left forward pocket.
Okay, so completely opposite to what I said. I'm going to tip Mooroolbark. They should win it. They're the third on the ladder. They've been part of the bigger three all year. But let's go take it away, Dyson Baker, with Division 2 Elimination Final.
Last roll at us on both these sides, Bayswater and Mooroolbark 3 versus 4. This time, first occasion, it's Charger gets a tap down, but getting the clearance away with Sam Nevins up towards half forward. Nothing, throw kick's been paid out early. Looks to go the way of Bayswater. I think it was for a push in the back in the contest. And it will be Hall, who chips short towards the edge of the 15-metre arc, finds your teammate in Walton. Walton at half forward. There's a play from Mooroolbark down off the ball. Inside 50, they find a marking target to Bayswater. So Wadsworth down off behind play, and McLaughlin's taking the mark. Man on the mark stands just inside the 50, and it looks like 34 seconds in that he's going to back himself. So McLaughlin comes in now. On the right boot for the perfect start for the Bayswater Football Club, swinging it back. I think he's done it. No, across the right-hand side and through for one behind. Bayswater get the first score on the board of the first semi-final for 2012. One behind, 1 point. Mooroolbark yet to score.
Yeah, look, that's the sort of start that Bayswater wanted there. Look, McLaughlin obviously has gone forward, and he's going to be a key player if they're going to get up and win.
Mooroolbark get the driving kick out of the danger zone. Standing in position A was Anley. Couldn't quite bite it. They're going to get out of this though. Armstrong got the handball. Mooroolbark along the wing position. The pot shot was kicked up in the air, but cutting across Mitch Galvin to take a good mark. He'll have to be an important player today. Kicks it across to his brother. In the middle of the ground, Bayswater have the numbers. If they want to switch it out there, they do so now. Picked up there by Jones. Kicks it up towards a true centre half forward position. Running after it was Burmeister. It just needs to sit up for him. Right on his hammer down there is Brent Gale. Good tackling by the Mooroolbark backs to keep the ball alive, and they can possibly get out of this. Handball by Cost. He's going to put his teammate under a lot of pressure. Ben Backer's in there as well. Good kick by up forward for Bayswater to the top of the goal square. Mooroolbark might have the numbers, but Bayswater still trying. It's a 2-on-1 situation. The kick goes backwards. They might be able to squeeze something out of this. The shot on goal by Galvin was pushed to the right-hand side and through for a minor score. So Bayswater peppering the goals early. We've gone 2 minutes on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's 2-0. Let's cross down boundary side to Jeff Manolitza, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, guys, just got the benches for Mooroolbark, Shivers, Ford, Deans and Lemon.
And for the Waters, we've got Podger Carroll, Field, McLeod and Redzig.
Long kick in deep, pretty much straight up the guts through the middle, looking for an option. Mooroolbark will get out of jail free, and they'll find a free kick early. And it looks to be going the way of Russell Combe. Off half back up towards the centre of the ground, nicely outmuscling his opponent on that occasion. It was Handley. Handley short, finds Walton. Walton over the top, looking for his coach in Neil Winterton. Winterton centre wing out of side, hits up Galvin. This time with the Joel variety. Joel Galvin at half forward. Just summing up his options, decides to go back to Winterton now, slowly making progress. Just summing up their options, short again. Out wide, just inside the 50, and it's Handley. Inside forward 50, looking for an option, they found it. So the perfect build-up for the Bayswater Football Club, and they found Wayne McInerney.
Very impressed with Bayswater's start here. They've really spread very well early, and their key players are getting the ball early. Is in, I think Winterton's getting manned up by McManus. Burmeister started well, as is Gelvin, so they're good players are getting involved early.
Kick from McInerney across to the right-hand side, through for one behind. So wasted opportunities early here for the Bayswater Football Club. They're 3 behind, 3 points. Mooroolbark yet to score.
Ryan Handley getting amongst it early for Bayswater. We've got Trent Giorgio now for Mooroolbark. Wants to play it to himself. He's got Armstrong very long. He goes in that direction, but also there is Walton. Takes the mark, or was out of bounds on the full. Will pay the mark. Good diving effort there by Aaron Walton. Wants to square things up. Kicks it to the hot spot about 30 metres out from goal. Who's going to be at the fall of the ball? Matty Polkinghorn tried to trap it. Kick around the body that time by Gelvin was half smothered. Going in hard there was Wiley. He nearly got a push in the back. The umpire's going to come in and bounce it about 45 metres out from goal. It's down Bayswater's end. Kicking against the breeze. Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Disposals 19-6 so far in favour of Bayswater.
Nevin's got the knockdown straight into the arms of McManus. He was gang tackled. It looks like we'll have another restart. So a few stoppages early. It's a fast-paced game. 4.5 minutes gone here on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Bayswater 3 behinds. Mooroolbark yet to score. It's down Bayswater's end. No one got the clear tap down, but it came straight down to Cam Limpton, who decided to have a bounce and then break a tackle and stream down the wing. Kick up towards that position now. It's a 2-on-4 situation. Up there is Stevie Newman. He had to lay the tackle at ground level. Good play by Leach. He just wanted the safety of it, and the umpire said, well, you needed to try a little bit harder than that, and he's been pinged. In fact, it was actually Ryan Handley. So it'll be Mullet across the half-forward line. Looks for the kid, but chopped off. Good filling the hole there by Mitch Galvin, and he'll clear for Bayswater.
It's exactly what they want all afternoon. If they can have someone drop in front of the big kid, they'll have worked it beautifully. So they've worked it up towards half-back with Joel Galvin into the centre of the ground. Just summing up options. I like the way that Bayswater are just utilising their options at the moment, but caught in a tackle.
Oh, stiff.
And very lucky not to be rewarded, Cam Linford. And it looks like the umpire may reverse it against Jolga. No, he's not going to. He's just giving him a little bit of a warning. So Ryan Handley has it on centre wing. Out towards Winterton once again. So utilising this wing to flank area consistently. But this time it doesn't pay off, and cleaning up at the back of the pack. Mooroolbark to take it away through Podger Carroll. Up towards centre wing, 3-on-1. This time the 3 wins out with Bayswater's Galvin of the Mitchell variety.
A good sign.
25.
A good sign for Bayswater at the moment is Hanley, the 2 Galvins, and Winterton getting a lot of the ball.
If you've just joined us, this is first semi-final action. Bayswater taking on Mooroolbark as Bayswater go inside forward 50, looking for a marking target. They find it on this occasion, and Matty Cunningham from 50 metres out directly in front, just trying to sum up his options. Now he looks to load up to the top of the goal square. This one could just fall short. Free kick's been paid out. It's going to go the way of the Mooroolbark defence, so a good chance to clear out for Georgiou. Short. So just trying to work their way out with a couple of clean possessions, Mooroolbark. They managed to get it to half-back, and a good mark taken on that occasion by Evan Hocking. Gives his handball off quickly to McManus. Up towards half-forward. This will fly off across the back, and it'll be a mark taken by Schroeder. Schroeder to the outer side. Good work, finds Hall. Over the top, slowly working it out of defence. They now get it up towards half-forward to the outer side. Mark was paid. Mark didn't look like it was taken, was paid in the end, and Bayswater to go inside forward 50, sharp pass, wasn't quite done, quite rare on that occasion, and a free kick's been paid out. Looks like another one to go the way of Bayswater inside their forward 50, and from here I'm going to say it looks like McInerney.
Yeah, McInerney.
So Wayne McInerney from 45 out on a slight angle to put the first on the board for Bayswater. Kick short, finds a teammate, and it'll be Ben Backer. Handball's off, finds McInerney. Wheels around on the left boot, low step pass, cut off on that occasion. And Mooroolbark to take it away from defence once again. Up towards half-back, good mark taken there by Wadsworth. Cross half-back, just waiting for players to flock back. Decides to go out wide, nice mark taken on the outer side by Roach. Roach centre wing out of side, right in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 8 minutes in. Bayswater 3 behind, 3 points. Mooroolbark yet to score. Up towards half forward. Nothing presenting. That's where they've broken down once again. And Mooroolbark this afternoon. Good tackle there from Moulton. And Ray, as I said on that occasion, Bayswater have held up really well. Mooroolbark just can't quite press past half forward at the moment.
Bayswater certainly got that line across the half-back line that Mooroolbark just can't get past it.
Good tap down on that occasion through Nevins. So just slowly trying to work out play. Choose tap stats, Grant Campbell.
It's interesting to note that Bayswater have already taken 6 intercept marks and we've only been travelling 8 minutes.
So just slowly waiting for play to resume now. We get a chance for Bayswater to get a bit of a clearance on. Still trying to work it forward and out on the outer side. Still centre wing. Galvin gets his handball away. It's dispossessed inside forward 50. Nice mark taken on that occasion by Russell Combe. Top of the 50-metre arc, looking for the big kid. He's got to beat 2. Can't quite do so on this occasion. Spilling out the back on that, almost trying to take the mark with Hall.
Getting a little bit confused with the green dice.
Yeah, pushing it close to the boundary line and out of bounds on that occasion. So about 10 metres round from the Mooroolbark goal. They currently trail this one by 3 behinds. You're listening to EFL Gameday, brought to you by the Pie Shed. See marking the team at their Bayswater and Scoresby stores.
It's deep in the forward pocket. McManus snaps it around the body. This is going to go right to the top of the goal square. In fact, it's going to bounce through. Great bit of shepherding by Talevsky on the goal line. And Mooroolbark get the first goal on the board. 10 minutes into the first quarter, out here, elimination final day. Mooroolbark, well, they draw first blood in the goal sense, but Bayswater, they're trailing by 3 points now. They got the first 3 points on the board. So, well, out of nowhere, Mooroolbark find themselves in front, Murph.
Yeah, that will really hurt Bayswater. Bayswater have had all the play for the first 10 minutes, and it's pretty much their first forward entry, and they've got a goal. And I think that's it was McManus who's got the job on Winterton, I think, and nothing worse than when you're getting tagged and your man kicks a goal on you.
Ball back in the centre of the ground. Good tap down on that occasion from Ford. But it slowly works back. Bayswater get a chance to regroup. Field up towards the centre of the ground. Cut off on that occasion by Ford from Mooroolbark. Linford put his body in hard. Won the free kick. Just got bumped out of the way. And we'll have a free kick from the centre of the ground. Decides to run around his opponent inside forward 50. Just looking for any option in particular. No real direction on the kick inside forward 50 and a chance to clean up through Leach. Out to centre wing. A lot of space on that outer side as we know here at Jubilee Park. Mooroolbark a chance to regroup, go inside forward 50, the Roach direction. Can't quite take the mark. Leach to clean up once again. Almost Galvin of the Mitriati. Ball's held up about 45 out from the Mooroolbark goal. They currently lead by 3 points. So just both sides working each other out in this first 11 minutes. Good tap down by Ford on that occasion. But Bayswater a chance to work it out once again off the back of the pack. That was Leach trying to get it away. Still trying to work it forward centre wing out of side. Right in front of the Yarra Valley Water Choose Tap signs. Be smart, Choose Tap. Remember EFL Gameday brought to you by the Pie Shed. Ball to be thrown up once again, centre wing out of side. Good work from Ford to try and tap it down again. He's getting plenty of the hit outs, couldn't quite find it. Off the back of the pack on that occasion, Costigan up towards half forward. Trying to outmuscle an opponent inside forward 50, bouncing ball. Wasn't that flash, but it stayed in on that occasion for Georgiou. Gets around the body, gets a handball off, and wayward kick on goal came on that occasion from McManus and through for one behind. 1-1-7, Mooroolbark, Bayswater, 3 behind, 3 points, 12 minutes gone, Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Boundary.
It's crossed down boundary side to Jeff Manalitza, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, boys, that breeze has really picked up now, going to the left of the radio dial towards the Mooroolbark goal.
Schroeder marked it from the kick in, goes outside the half back line. He had to be centimetre perfect, he was. So Bayswater looking to charge the ball forward through the middle. It's 2-on-1 situation. Linford got boot to ball, but scooping onto it at that time there was Walton. Banged it up towards the half-forward line. They've got the numbers here. McInerney on the left boot. It was a bit of a grubber kick. The ball's floating into the forward pocket. Winterton just couldn't get there in time. Over she goes for a boundary throw-in about 25 metres out from goal. It's down Bayswater's end. They had the first 3 scoring shots. They missed them all. Mooroolbark, 1-1-7, leading by 4 points. 13 minutes gone in the first term. Over the back that time was Ford, got a fist on it, came out to Linford, shoveled out a handball. That was clever play to Polkinghorn. Little chip kick over the top was good. Costigan's out on the far side of the ground. He's got players up wider. If he wants to use them, does so. And if they stream into the middle of the ground, that's where Big Roachy's heading, and he takes it on the second bounce. He needs to duck into a tackle. He might actually get it pinked here. Great bit of play there, McLaughlin. He held the tackle, and in fact Bayswater have been told it's advantage paid across the half-forward line. Winterton takes the mark, kicks it to the top of the goal square now. That's the way to go. 2-on-1 situation over the back of the pack. Good fist away that time by Tim Hall. Over for a minor score. So Bayswater moving along to 4 points. I'll spit it out eventually. Still trailing Mooroolbark at 1-1-7. 14 minutes gone.
Neil Winterton has that ability to find himself out in the open all the time, and Bayswater, they go to him. So Mooroolbark half-back line has certainly got to tighten up on Winterton.
Hayhurst takes the mark, gives a short chip kick off to Winterton. Round the body, snap on shot on goal, almost there. Mooroolbark to try and clean up across the last line of defence. They surely will. Although a free kick and possible advantage was going to be paid in the way of Mooroolbark anyway. So now they've got a chance to clean up right on the last line of defence. Short chip comes out onto this flank. It's found Polkinghorn. Under pressure, he'll win 25. So this will take him up towards half-back as they try and clear out of defence once again. Just about to come on the ground, Ben Podger-Carroll. Up towards centre wing, looking for a marking option. A few fly, and nice mark taken at the back on that occasion was Jesse Field, short into the middle of the ground. Got plenty of options on, just decides to go short once again. On this occasion finds Hall. Hall, short chip kick towards the 50-metre arc, wasn't flash, but plenty of teammates around there to try and clean it up. Mooroolbark will win it out. Shivers. Out to the outer side, kick was smothered though. Linford was there first. Mooroolbark just try to work it out through the outer side. Now they've got a bit of clear space. Lemon, centre wing to the outer side, up towards half forward. Couldn't quite find his target on that occasion. Mullet just hit him straight in the knees. Still trying to work it forward. Plenty of numbers around the contest from Mooroolbark at the moment. They just can't quite get that clean possession away. Off the back, McManus gives his handball off now. Another chance to go inside forward 50 for Mooroolbark here. They need a mark here. Roach almost took the mark. Give the handball away. And a snapshot on goal. Misses across to the right-hand side. Through for one behind. So both sides wasting opportunities at the moment. Mooroolbark go to 1-2-8. Bayswater go to 4 behinds, 4 points. 15 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
I think we just saw the real value in Roach. He doesn't get a hold of the ball, but he always provides a contest, and he always brings it down to the small forwards. And as we saw there, they just couldn't finish off. But he's a very important player, Roach.
Choose Tap stats, Grant Campbell. So we'll just keep working away with that one. Outside centre wing, Bayswater have worked their way up slowly. No real possession, but it's managed to find Matty Hayhurst towards centre half forward. He went the handball straight to his opponent, and a chance now for Mooroolbark to regroup, come back again. Roach across the back, couldn't quite take the mark, but Mooroolbark have gained possession, although a free kick will go back to Galvin. Short chip kick into the centre of the ground, finds its target in Redzik. Late inclusion for Brent Jane, will Sandor Redzik. They've got a little bit of space here. McLeod can work it inside the forward 50. Short chip kick, cut off Mooroolbark to work back on the attack. So a little bit of kick to kick between the two forward lines. He's going to be taken down. Great tackle on that occasion by Mark Martin. Up by a calls play on. Centre of the ground, tackled hard on that occasion was Stevie Newman. And he'll win the free kick. Choose Tap stats, Grant Campbell.
Inside 50s 9-8 in favour of Bayswater, and they've taken 9 intercept marks, so Mooroolbark are turning the ball over far too often so far.
Decides to go to the commentary side, finds Georgiou, goes inside forward 50. 3 to beat, did Kid Zalewski. It slips out the back though. McManus bouncing ball, empty goal square, goal! James McManus has 2. Mooroolbark have 2. They have 2-2-14. They currently lead this one by 10 points now. Bayswater are 4 behind, 4 points. 17 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
That half-back line of Bayswater then, look, they did the right thing. They got in that hole and cut Zalewski off, but unfortunately for them, the ball went to ground, and probably the only thing they did wrong was they all went for the ball instead of one of them staying down. But that half-back line, I think that's a big worry for Brett Fisher at the moment, because it's been pretty good, that Bayswater.
2-2-14, plays 4 behind, so Mooroolbark opening up a handy 10-point lead in this first term. It's Ford versus Redzig. Redzig got 2 hands on it, came straight down to Polkinghorn, couldn't quite trap it, but eventually got the handball out wide, goes backwards now. They've got players on the far side of the ground if they want to use them. The kick goes up towards that Roach direction. He didn't have the front spot, cutting across and taking a good mark down there was Adam Jones. He wants to get on with it quickly, switches a play out wide. His left foot kick was intended for Burmeister, but couldn't find the target. Boundary line beats all players, so we'll have a boundary throw in.
They just know how to be damaging at the moment. Their plays haven't been that spectacular, but they've just managed to slowly work their way into the game, Mooroolbark.
Umpire throws it in. Nevins got front spot, fisted it down. McManus, who's been lively in this first term, throws the head back. He was looking for a free, got it. So smart bit of play. He's going to switch it into the middle of the ground where they might have some runners here and now Mooroolbark stream across the half forward line. Long kick by Schroeder, goes to the top of the goal square. It might be fisted through. It eventually carried the pack, and Talevsky sees it through for 1 behind. So minor score is the result. That's the Mooroolbark's third. They moved to 2 goals, 3-15 at the 19-minute mark of the first quarter. Elimination final day. Bayswater are 4 behind, Ray.
So just waiting for the blood rule. It looks like one of the Galvin boys coming off at the moment.
Lee, do you feel that Mooroolbark's just starting to get their run-on game going?
It appears so. I think Polkinghorn's started very well, as is McManus, and I think they're swapping on the ball and half forward with each other. I think Hanley's actually playing on those two, so he might have to tighten up a little bit.
We'll cross boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care, boys.
Yeah, that was obviously Joel Galvin came off with a blood rule. I think he's going to need a couple of stitches on the left eyebrow there, mate.
So Bayswater clear off half-back. Short chip kick over the top, probably just the intended 15, but it finds its target in Ryan Hanley. Hanley on true half-back, 19 and a half minutes gone. Up towards the centre of the ground, free player, almost Jesse Fields took the mark. Chance now to regroup. Roach was in there as well, so too Wadsworth as Mooroolbark try and clear out. They managed to get the clearing handball to no one really. Gale gave his handball away, nothing really presenting for him either. Now they finally get it. Gale up towards centre wing. Tripped at the crucial moment, did Matty Polkinghorn, but Mooroolbark still a chance to try and work it out. Just a little bit of Ola Renshaw just jumping in, but coming in and cutting it off with Shivers, who goes inside forward 50. Cut off once again. Talevsky gets around one. Couldn't get put to ball and dispossessed. I'll tell you what, they've focused all their attention on the big kid at the moment, but it's done beautifully. He's hardly had an impact in this first 20 minutes.
And that was a great second effort by Russell Comey in the marking contest and then applied the tackle.
So they've worked the ball to half-back. They've found Ben Backer. Up towards half-forward, Sandor Redzik. Gives his handball off, manages to find Backer once again. Over the top, McLaughlin towards the forward 50. Nicely worked and couldn't quite take the mark on that occasion. Tim Hall put himself under a lot of pressure. Field got around a couple. Managed to work a Shepherd inside forward 50. They've found a target. And another shot on goal for Bayswater as they try and put their first goal on the board through Wayne McInerney.
I think that matchup of McInerney has been a little bit dangerous so far, and I think while it might be a little bit too slow for McInerney, he's looking a bit dangerous at forward.
Once he starts kicking straight, he's going to be a very big handful for the Mooroolbark Football Club. Comes in now, does McInerney on the right boot, sends this one on its way. Could this be the first for the Bayswater Football Club? Confirmed by the goal umpire. 1-4-10 Bayswater, 2-3-15 Mooroolbark, 21 and a half minutes gone. EFL Gameday brought to you by the Pie Shed.
I think that back line of Mooroolbark, they've certainly got to tighten up down there because, I mean, somebody's got to drop in, as we said with Talevsky at the other end, somebody's got to drop in that hole in front of McInerney because he's so quick on the lead, as you said, Lee.
Yeah, exactly right. I think Giorgio, who's half-back for Mooroolbark, he's a dangerous player. He's quite loose. I think Bayswater should try to utilise the player he's playing on as well.
3 quick goals to Ringwood. See them skip out to a 25-point lead against Mitcham in the first term. As you go local for your football this afternoon, Bayswater are going to get the clearance this time. It goes up towards a half-forward line. The kick really went into no man's land, so we'll have a boundary throw-in. Of course, Will Taylor out at Tormore Reserve today. Nunawading taking on Ferntree Gully, and Peter Baird out at where are they? Out at Vermont to call the Mitcham Ringwood game. So no doubt packed houses there. The umpire throws it in. That was okay that time by charge, but it went straight into the arms of Winterton. Scrambled to kick up towards half forward. Wadsworth tried to trap it. The big man got down low. No one's going in to help him. He eventually wins a free kick. Tim Hall just going in a little tad crudely. So Wadsworth wants to switch the ball quickly. He does so now. Comes out towards Newman. Running through the middle of the ground, he's got players up forward. That's a good lead there by Braden Shivers, and he swings around now on the left boot. He's got Tuleski as the target. He charges out the big man. He got one bite on it, couldn't bring it to ground. They've got the numbers. Schroeder put the handball backwards. He was good enough to go after it again after putting his teammate under a lot of pressure. Mooroolbark, they're putting a lot of forward pressure on here, trying to hold it in. Sean Leach, the umpire said he wants the play to continue on. In there is also Newman. So we'll have a bounce eventually, 25 metres out from goal. It's down Mooroolbark's end.
I think Mooroolbark are being a bit too Tversky conscious. I think every time they're going forward, they're looking for him, and Bayswater is zoning off very well.
The umpire throws it up. Ball goes across the half-back line now. Charge takes it for the Mustangs, kicks it into the forward pocket, and a lovely pass too, because he's found Mark Martin in the forward pocket about 40 metres out from goal, but he's got a very tight angle. So looking for their third goal on the board. We've crossed almost 24 minutes here in the first quarter. Great start to this elimination final. Only one team can progress. Mooroolbark. We've heard from Arikira Urgent Care boundary riders. They've got a slight breeze, so they'd want it going up. The kick goes to the top of the goal square. Charge is going to fly. Tulevski's in there too, but fisted away nicely by Daniel McLaughlin over the boundary line. So right forward pocket, only 20 metres out now from the Mooroolbark goals.
So as we cross 24 minutes in this first term, Mooroolbark 2-3-15, Bayswater 1-4-10.
Galvin's coming back on, boys.
Bayswater kicking the first few of the quarter. Out of the ruck contest, Tulevski could he get his first? No. Across for one behind, just conferring with the umpire whether it was a behind or actually out of bounds on the full. Goal umpire was pretty confident that it was behind to Tulevski. Boundary umpire not so sure. So still conferring. And confirmed as one behind. So the first score on the board for the big kid at the moment, 2-4-16, Mooroolbark, Bayswater 1-4-10, 24 and a half minutes gone first term. Bendigo makes scoreboard. So just waiting for a short chip kick in. And this occasion, Hanley decides to go long to the outer side, trying to sum up his options. They can't quite find anything. Mooroolbark a chance to regroup once again. They bring it back on this occasion through Costigan. Still summing up the options inside forward 50. Now they go goalward in the Tulevski direction. Be interesting to see which way this one was paid.
The push.
A clear push in the back. And once again, not a great first term for the big kid at the moment, Tulevski.
So they're going one way, then the other. Clearing kick goes to the far side of the ground, straight down Charger's throat. It was probably a bad option in the end. The big man all alone. He's got Polkinghorn down there. He's also got Giorgio screaming for it. He elects to go to Tulevski in the pocket. Snapped up by Shivers to the top of the goals, where it's going to be a bouncing ball. Limp birdie position A, as easy as you like. Pops it over the goal umpire's head and kicks Mooroolbark's third goal. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard at the 26-minute mark, Mooroolbark moved at 3 goals for 22. They're out by 2 goals now. Bayswater 1-4-10.
That was a bit of bad luck by Matt Cunningham then. He attacked the ball as it came down, but unfortunately it bounced over his head, and Mooroolbark were able to get an easy goal.
Talk about easy goals, Ferntree Gully 6-5-41 at the moment. Nunawading one behind in the Division 4 elimination final. And thanks you to Will Taylor for that one. 26 minutes gone first term. Charge gets the tap down from Mooroolbark as they try and go forward once again. Galvin with a little bit of head strapping, gives it handball over, finds Winston, who goes inside 50 with an ugly kick. Should pretty much find the defence of Mooroolbark and dent marks. Just on the edge of the 50, trying to clear his half-back line. Does so now up towards centre wing. 2-on-1, the 2 wins out, and Bayswater will take a mark through Nevins. One before quarter time would be very handy for the Waters. Inside forward 50, looking in the McInerney direction. Can't quite take the mark. Ball spills out the back. First there will be Podger Carroll. Can he get a kick away early? Decides to give the handball back. Outer side. Now the shot comes on goal. Off the back of the pack, Nevins. And that one was out of bounds on the full. Quarter time at Vermont. Ringwood 4-2-26. Mitcham 1-1-7. So a couple of one-sided first terms in Divisions 4 and 3. Mooroolbark clear to the outer side. Up towards half forward. A free kick's been paid out. Looks the way to go of the Mustangs. So 27 minutes gone. It'll be Polkinghorn. Cross half-back, short chip kick. Can't be too much longer left in this first term. Kicks out towards Costigan, who's pretty much owned that wing so far in this first term, up towards Roach, but smothered away on that occasion by Nevins. Held at the back of the pack now. Bayswater a chance to regroup. You reckon they'd be running out of time as we tick towards quarter time. Off the back of the pack, McLaughlin. Now they've got a little bit of a run on. Still no options though.
What's up with the scoreboard, boys?
As Mooroolbark try and bring it back the other way. Short chip kick to the outer side. And mark taken there by Shivers. Inside forward 50. Up towards the top of the goal. Holding free kick will go the Mustangs' way. And that's exactly what they needed before quarter time. And it will be a free kick going the way of Ben Mullett on this occasion. Exactly what the Mustangs needed. Just a little bit of luck to go their way in their forward line.
I think you were right before, Lee, when you said they were becoming Teleski conscious, because that time they ignored Teleski, who made a lead to their side and went to the other player.
So Mullett comes in, across to the right-hand side, through for one behind, moves them on now to 3-5-23, Bayswater 1-4-10, 28 minutes gone in this first term. EFL Game Day today, brought to you by the Pie Shed. See mark of the team at Bayswater and Scoresby.
Normally a beautiful kick, Mullett. I've had that one down. He's a dangerous forward, takes a good grab, and he's a good, normally a very straight and accurate kick.
A little bit of a let-off. Hanley had a player run straight on in Ola Renshaw. He'll take the mark across the half-back line. 29 minutes gone in this first term. Sirens imminent. The kick up towards the wing position had to be centimetre perfect. To Schroeder, he took the mark and had the run of Cunningham, who kicked it up towards centre half forward. Roach came over the top, couldn't quite bring the mark down. Picked up by Hayhurst. He was in there on hands and knees, got it out to Winterton. He got a handball on. They're going forward now. That was okay. The kick not gone far enough. Giorgio wraps his opponent up in a tackle and will have a ball up about 40 metres out from goal down Bayswater's end. Is still enough time to snag one. So Nevins will go up in the ruck. Third player going that time was Galvin. Got a fist on it, but to no avail because Mooroolbark are going to clear this ball out. McManus, if the ball can set up for him, he can be away. Cutting across that time there was Galvin. Got the handball on.
Unlucky.
Matty Polkinghorn once again receiving a free kick, so he always puts his body on the line. Umpires rewarded. Kick up towards the half-forward line. Talevski's there, so too is Roach. Talevski worked his body to the front, got down, then got the handball out. Linford's out wide if they can spot him up, and that was okay because Armstrong found him. Linford on the opposite foot. That's a good square-up kick too. And eventually winning a free kick for Bayswater down there. I couldn't quite see it. I think it's Tim Hall who's moved from the forward line down back to lend some support. They're going to switch the ball out wide. Finds Cunningham. So across the half-back line now for Bayswater. We've ticked to 30.5 minutes now. The kick up towards the Bendigo Bank scoreboard found Schroeder, handball over the top, and now Bayswater surged the ball forward. Inside forward 50, it was a one-on-one situation. Lemon overran the pill at the back of the pack. The kick goes towards the top of the goal square. McInerney just couldn't work his body to the front. Eventually it's rushed over for one behind. So Bayswater moved to 1 goal 5-11, still trailing by 2 goals. Mooroolbark 3-5-23. Clearly that breeze playing a little bit in this game today. As Mooroolbark waste no time, they still think they've got a chance to score. The kick goes out towards the wing position. It was intended for Matty Ford. Over the back of the pack, Galvin's there to lend some support. Got it from Winterton now. Kicks it up towards the half-forward line. It's going to bounce inside forward 50. McInerney this time worked his way to the front, tried to fend it out to McLaughlin, but going nowhere with dent on your hammer, and we'll have a ball up. 50 metres out from goal. Hal Wiley in there also for the Mustangs. The umpire throws it in the air now. McLaughlin fisted it forward. Polkinghorn trapped it, tried to get boot to ball. He nearly could have been pinged. Cunningham got a handball out wide. Winterton came charging through. That was a good bit of play. Both sides going in really fiercely. Nevins just somehow managed to get a kick. Ball to boot inside the 50, and it rushed over the boundary line and out of bounds. So now we've moved to about 25 metres out from goal, Bayswater's end. It'd be handy if they could kick another one. Currently trail by 2 goals. The umpire to bring the ball in now. Nevins at the back. They're going to get out of it once again. It was a good handball that time by McManus to get the ball out of the danger zone. Redzik's at the back of the pack. Handball over the top. That's okay. Winterton inside forward 50. McInerney. That's perfect. So on the left boot, he'll have a shot from goal about 50 metres out from goal. And on the siren too, as we hit quarter time out here at the Jubilee Park, Wayne McInerney will have He's already kicked one goal today, so an important bit of play here. Grant Campbell.
Marks inside 50 this quarter, 6-1 in favour of Bayswater.
So McInerney comes in. I don't know what was going on there.
Just tried to kick it a little bit too hard in the end.
Went for the barrel and it didn't pay off. So a quarter time out here at Jubilee Park. It's a great game we've got on our hands here. Mooroolbark lead it by 2 goals. The guys told us, thanks to Akira Urgent Care, that it was a 2-goal breeze. So it's all going to happen here in the second term. We're going to cross back to Peter McCarthy in the Radio Eastern studios and come back with Ben Waterworth as he goes around the grounds as you go local for your footy on 98.1 Radio Eastern.
Hello, this is Kevin Morrish. If you're free on Tuesday nights between 8 and 11, I'd love you to join me for Moonlight Serenade. We could enjoy together 3 hours of tuneful music of many different sorts. I'll play some easy jazz and swing, some light classical music, and lots of songs from the great musicals of stage and screen. Why not tune in for Moonlight Serenade here on Radio Eastern 98.1 every Tuesday from 8 to 11 p.m.
Sudden fever, aching body, sore throat, chills, nausea, headache, dizziness. Sounds like you need medical assistance urgently. It's difficult getting an immediate appointment with your GP when you need care fast. So, come to Akira Urgent Care, where you don't need an appointment and you don't have to wait. And they are Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call them on this number 9839 3333. Akira Urgent Care, your health and your destiny. Well, we've got a half-time score in the match today between Geelong and Western Bulldogs. 25-point lead to Geelong. Geelong 9-5-59 lead the Western Bulldogs 5-4-34. Radio Eastern 98.1.
20% makes a lot of difference. Imagine your team kicking 20% less goals and being 20% behind on the scoreboard. Actually, it's not. Now, imagine using a Breeze Tag account on Eastlink and getting a 20% discount on all weekend car trips. No need to imagine, it's for real. Open your account online at eastlink.com.au and get 20% off car trips all weekend, every weekend on Eastlink. Now, let's give my mate Ross 20% more stick for being 4 goals behind. Hey, Roscoe! Eastlink, it's time better spent, like at the footy.
Program sponsor. In desperate need of some windows but your budget's too tight? Never fear, because the team at T&B Window Warehouse has the right solution for you. We have surplus windows to suit the needs of any budget. We're located at 120 to 124 Bayfield Road East, Bayswater North. Give us a call, 8727 7506. That's 8727 7506. T&B Window Warehouse. Don't forget the name, part of the EAL and AW Transport Group. Number 1 in window transport. Program sponsor.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Quarter time here in the Division 2 Choose Tap Elimination Final between Bayswater and Mooroolbark. Both teams with plenty of opportunities on the scoreboard, but just haven't able to convert them. At quarter time, we've got a good game on our hands. It's Mooroolbark 3-5-23, leading Bayswater 1-5-11. Wayne McInerney with a shot on the quarter time siren to put the Waters within 1 goal, but he kicked an absolute spud and didn't even make the distance. So Mooroolbark with the most scoring shots, but Bayswater certainly in it. Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap, we'll hear from you very shortly, but just a couple of other around the ground scores. Out at Vermont, Frosty Baird's out there for us at the moment. It's Ringwood 4-26 to Mitcham 1-17. And so Ringwood getting off to a good start there, but I'm pretty sure Mitcham kicked the last goal of that second term. But the big story is out at Tormore Reserve, where it's Ferntree Gully 6-5-41, leading Nunawading 1 behind. So Ferntree Gully have dominated Nunawading all throughout season 2012 in the 2 games they've played, and the Eagles carrying on that dominance into the Choose Tap final series. We'll cross down to our Akira Urgent Care boundary riders very, very shortly, but before we do, let's head to Grant Campbell in the Choose Tap match stats area. It's all thanks to Yarra Valley Water. Be smart, Choose Tap, soupy.
if you look at the stats sheet, it suggests the scoreboard's the wrong way around because Bayswater are winning most of the key categories. Kicks, Bayswater 76-62, handballs 29-22, inside 50s 19-17, intercept marks 11-5, marks inside 50, which is usually a good indicator of the scoreboard. They won that 6-1, but didn't really take their chances. And another interesting stat, the free kick counts 11-8 in favour of Mooroolbark, which means the umpires are paying any free kick that's there, and just emphasise the importance of getting to the footy first, because most time you'll get rewarded with a free kick.
I'd be very careful because you do have umpire observers right next door to you, Soupy, so thank you for your special comments. All thanks to Choose Tap. We've got Ray Baird, Lee Murphy and Dyson Baker having a look at this game as the huddles just start to split apart now. Ray and Lee, how did you see that first term? Both teams with plenty of opportunities but just couldn't convert the scoreboard from an outsider's point of view.
Look, I'm looking after Bayswater. Look, Bayswater, they'd have to be very happy with their first quarter. They're kicking against the breeze, and just to be, 1 goal to 3, I thought that, and those kicks that Soupy said, that's the reason for that, is that Bayswater, they're chipping the ball around
Dale Rowe from Bayswater.
Chipping the ball around the forward line, and rather than bombing the ball in. What about you, Lee?
I think Mooroolbark started quite slow, and Bayswater were definitely on top early. The longer the quarter went on, I think Mooroolbark worked themselves into the game. Their better players started to get on top. I stated during the first quarter that I think they're too Tedeschi conscious. They've got some other good forwards up there which they should utilise a bit more. Polkinghorn, McManus started to get on top. One matchup which is a bit of a worry for me for Mooroolbark is Wiley on McInerney. I think there should be a change there. Someone a little bit quicker, because McInerney's a very small, quick forward.
Very elusive, isn't he? Let's cross down boundary side. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care to Arthur Hall, who was out the huddle at quarter time.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Look, there wasn't too much concern in the huddle. What they did want, their midfielders must win more of the contested ball. He wants his forwards up, and he wants them using the corridor as much as they possibly can. With his ruckman, he really wants man-on-man at all stoppages. It's really important to him. Turnovers, of course, are hurting them, and they know that, so they're going to try and do something about that. But just to keep up the talk and, back each other up is the message pretty much.
Thank you very much to Artie, who was, of course, at the Bayswater huddle at quarter time. Just about to get underway here in the second term for the elimination final between Mooroolbark and Bayswater, and it's Mooroolbark who finished third on the ladder, leading it by 2 goals at quarter time. We're just waiting for Jeff Manalitza for his cross down. But of course, he's too busy having a chat to Brett Fisher and having a good old time down there, the bald nugget that he is, Jeff Manalitza. Let's cross down to him now. Jeff Manalitza having a chat with Brett Fisher. What did he have to say?
Yeah, look, boys, Brett was pretty happy with the offensive pressure in that quarter. He said they hacked the footy too much, though, in the centre of the ground. And in particular, they want to utilise those one-on-one contests. They want to isolate those forwards up forwards. And they said that Matty Ford and Charge will rotate through the goal square. So trying to utilise a bit of height as well up in the forward line.
Second quarter about to get underway here out at Jubilee Park. Get down here as you go local for your football. Dyson Baker to take us away.
So Roach will start forward because Matty Ford is the big man in the middle for Mooroolbark. He wins the tap down on this occasion. Mooroolbark trying to get the first clearance. Linford will pick up. Couldn't quite do so on that occasion. Hit hard on that occasion from David Burmeister.
Which occasion?
This occasion. And Linford will win the free kick. Just an upper arm to the nose, I think it was. And just a little bit ginger getting up was Cam Linford. Gives the handball off to Ford. Wadsworth, who just tripped at the wrong time. Under a lot of pressure, off the handball. Burmeister this occasion trying to redeem himself. Wadsworth tries to redeem himself, gives the handball off. They go inside forward 50, this time through Costigan, and a mark's taken. And the chance for Mooroolbark within 40 seconds to line up for the first goal of the second quarter.
Boundary.
We'll cross boundary side shortly, thanks to Akira Urgent Care, as Evan Hocking lines up. Man on the mark, probably 35 out, directly in front. Hocking for his first of the afternoon. Comes in now. On the right boot, steady kick. Just sits it nicely and straight over the goal umpire's head. Through for the first goal of this second term. 5:29 Mooroolbark now, Bayswater 1-5-11 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL Gameday brought to you today by the Pie Shed.
That's obviously not the start that Bayswater wanted, but it's quite obvious also that Mooroolbark, they're going to try and exploit the short back line of Bayswater and moving the charge down there to forward and bombing the ball like they did then. I think that's the way they're going to go, Lee.
Yeah, their running backs are good, Mooroolbark. Hocking's starting at halfback at the moment. I think McManus kicked one early from halfback, so they definitely push off well, and they're good goal-kicking back line.
Ball's back in the middle of the ground. It was knocked down by Nevins. Bayswater are going to get this clearance. Quick kick there by Joel Galvin. It was half smothered. Creates a foot race out wide. Walton's going to be out there. Led in the race by Costigan. His handball was okay, but Cunningham chopped it off. In there across the half forward line for Bayswater now. They scramble it out wide. In goes the kick from Walton deep into the forward pocket, and a great mark taken by McInerney. So he's out wide. So he's just sizing up his options. He wants to go for the short pass on because floating down was Neil Winterton. He wasn't awarded the mark in the end. So Redzik paddles it back to Winterton. He's gang tackled down there by Trent Giorgio. So and Al Wiley. So we'll have a bounce about 10 metres out from goal. It's deep in that forward pocket for Bayswater. They'll look for the quick answer. 2.5 minutes gone in this second term. Good knock away by Ford to get it out. Probably a further 10 metres. Winterton sees it over and will have a ball in.
Boundary.
So just waiting for the umpire to bring the ball back in now. Does so. Bit of argy-bargy. Coming over the top there was Armstrong. He got a good fist on it. Burmeister paddles it to his own advantage. Kept the ball alive. That was okay. Eventually the umpire said it was out of bounds. No, in fact he's earned himself a free kick. So David Burmeister across the half-forward line. They're just wanting those short options, and it was a terrible kick because Cam Limford chopped it off across the half-back line for Mooroolbark. He wants to wind around on his left boot, kicks it up towards the mullet direction. In front of him out there was Schroeder. Happy to see it over the boundary line, which is in fact where we'll head now down, thanks to Akira Urgent Care to Arthur Hall.
Yeah, boys, I just want to mention the wind is pretty much the same as it was in the first quarter, and on the bench...
Which is?
Well, blowing across the field towards the mountains, Mooroolbark Highway. Opposite side of the grandstand, Ben. And on the bench, you've got number 2, Podgy Carroll, number 8, Baker, number 20, Jesse Field, and number 32, Timmy Hall.
So the ball's on the wing position. Trying to trap it was Alex Wadsworth. Will
boundary.
Rush it over the boundary line and out of bounds. Jeff Manalitza will have the bench over at Mooroolbark. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, Mooroolbark, same as the first quarter pretty much. Dent, Lemon and Shivers, and this time you've got Mark Martin on the bench as well.
Nevins will go up against Ford. Nevins worked his way into the front. The ball comes down, picked up by Galvin. He was gang tackled, tried to get it across to Ola Renshaw.
Free kick.
I think it's going to be a free kick to Bayswater. It will go the way of Joel Galvin. Wrapped up. The blood rule in the first quarter. In fact, the umpire's just given it to someone else in the end, and the kick goes up in towards the half-forward line. Ford dropped what he probably should have taken. Linford's there for support, but scooped up there by McLaughlin. Bangs it to the top of the square or thereabouts. Fisted away in the end by Cunningham, and we'll have a boundary throw-in 25 metres out from goal. It's down Bayswater's end. They currently lead it by 3 straight kicks. 1-5-11. Bayswater trailing Mooroolbark at 4-5-29.
As way of looking after Bayswater, I'd like to see a few of the forwards there drag their defenders out of that forward 50. It's just too congested at the moment.
The umpire throws it in. It got held up in the breeze. Tried to get it a kick to it was Burmeister, but he eventually took it out of the ruck with that ball holding up and was tackled straight away, and it'll be Ford to clear.
So Ford to the outer side, centre wing, up towards Roach. Got caught 3 deep. There's been a mark paid. It'll go the way of Bayswater. Looks on that occasion to have gone to Hayhurst. Oh, Nevins? Nevins towards the forward 50, bouncing over the back of the pack, and jumping on it was Armstrong. Out towards the outer side, finds a target. No mark was paid on that occasion. Play on called on the outer side. Mooroolbark a chance to work it away. Down the outer side, through Lemon, up towards half forward. Roach the target, trying to push it forward. Still with Mooroolbark as they get it forward through charge under a lot of pressure, just barrels through about 3. Ball's held up right on the 50 metre arc, top of the goal square, true centre half forward.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Possession's a lot more even so far this quarter. It's 11-9 in favour of Bayswater.
Punch forward from charge, pretty much nullified by his opponent. It's held up. Have a secondary ball up exactly in the same spot.
BWS, I've got an interview with Brett Fisher at half-time.
So we're just waiting for another blood rule. Good to see Jeff Manalitza's work paying off. We'll speak to Brett Fisher at half-time. Fingers crossed for his side that they're actually up and we don't get the face in the palm So it looks like another blood rule, and it'll be Galvin to come off, so that cut's opened up again. So not good once you know that a cut's going to open up again, so he's gone straight down to the rooms. Just worried about who's gone on. In the end, it was I think it was Field that went on. Still trying to push forward. It was Jesse Field that went on. Kick came up towards half forward and across to the left-hand side, out of bounds on the full in the end. So both sides blazing away just a little bit at the moment. We've played 6.5 minutes gone. Mooroolbark 4-5-29, Bayswater 1-5-11 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Hanley's got it in the back pocket for Bayswater. Long driving kick went out wide. It was a good one too, and now they're away. Bayswater up towards the wing position. The intended kick was for Cunningham, and he was out in front and took a really good mark. So they've moved the ball pretty quickly from the goal line. In quick succession, the kick goes over the top. Winterton took the mark, then he's going backwards to Cunningham, and then he put him under a lot of pressure because he had to break the tackle of McManus. They're still moving the ball forward now. It's with Hayhurst. Short pass inside forward 50. Who was that to? Because Evan Hocking was right in the front spot and took a good mark from Mooroolbark. Switches the play quickly. Out there's Trent Giorgio in the familiar position, kicks it from the goal square out towards the Linford direction. What a super mark that was by Cam Linford. So across the half-back line, Silky Skills gets the handball across there to Newman. He takes off, kicks it up towards the centre half-forward position for Mooroolbark. In the front spot was Matty Polkinghorn. That was really good front and centre play. On the left boot, kicks it inside forward 50 towards the Talevski target. The ball's just not bouncing favourably for him now. It'll be Hanley to get the handball out wide. That was good play there to Crome. Out to Winterton. They're doing this okay now, Bayswater, if they can just manage to get boot to ball. Ball's fumbled out wide. Now Mooroolbark will get the chance through him. Sean McManus gets a handball over. They kick inside forward 50. The Mustangs. Talevski's there. He uses the body nicely, but once again, the umpire said he's just given too much of a nudge, and the free kick will go to Russell Crome. About 45 metres out from the Mooroolbark goal, so he'll get it right out of that danger zone, and he's going to kick it out wide towards the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. That was good play too, because Winterton's out there. Kicks it up towards the Cunningham direction. He's been really presenting well in this first half. Kicks it inside forward 50. The kick's deep. It's going to hold up in the breeze, cutting across. That time there was Gale. Couldn't trap it. Trent Giorgio's going to run away with it though. Has a couple of quick bounces. Usually got the polished skills. Left boot up towards the Roach direction, and he takes a good mark. Finally, it stuck for Roach. He got the handball across to Alex Wadsworth. They've got players in the middle of the ground in charge if they want him, but the kick went over the top of his head, and now Bayswater are away. Inside forward 50. It's Daniel McLaughlin. Kicks it to the top of the goal square. He's going to miss it. In fact, it was Jesse Field, and he pushed it to the right-hand side, and unfortunately for Bayswater, minor score, only the result, and they move on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to 1-6-12. They're trailing by 17 points. Mooroolbark 4-5-29. 9 minutes gone here in the second term.
Update, Mitcham have responded since quarter time. They've kicked the first 2 goals of the second term, now trail by 7 points. Smith?
I think Bayswater had most of the play, but they're really breaking down across half forward. I think they're getting majority of the ball, but Mooroolbark is zoning off quite well and repelling all their forward moves.
So just waiting for the kick in. Wow. Georgiou goes very long. It's gone about 70, almost 70 metres up towards Bay. It'll come back. Cunningham couldn't quite get boots the ball. Right in the centre of Ringwood Jubilee Park here in Ringwood, and Wadsworth wrapped up. So nice play here from Mooroolbark to just work their way out. Remember, EFL Gameday brought to you by the Pie Shed. They combine fresh meats and vegetables in just the right combination with their herbs and spices. So Mark and the team down at Bayswater or Scoresby. Everyone knows the Pie Shed in Bayswater.
Meat and 2 veg. On
Canterbury Road. So ball up once again. Had a little bit of a break in play, but now Bayswater trying to push it forward. It's held up right at the top of the 50-metre arc. 10 minutes gone. 4-5-29 plays 1-6-12. Ball thrown up once again. This time Roach just goes with a fist, almost takes out his opponent. Bayswater get it inside forward 50. This is where they need a mark. It'll be 2-on-1. And in the end, nicely worked out by Gale. Kick wasn't that flash. It'll come back in through Walton. Gives his handball off, manages to find Nevins, who looks to spot up a target inside forward 50. Nothing presenting, falling at the bottom of the pack. Snap came around the body from Hall and through for one behind. So another wasted opportunity. 1-7-13 now Bayswater. Mooroolbark 4-5-29. 11 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL Gameday brought to you by the Pie Shed.
Bayswater's certainly getting a lot of the football, but they've certainly got to put some scoreboard pressure on them. They must score goals because most of their discord is being played in their forward 50.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Inside 57-4 this quarter in favour of Bayswater, and they're starting to win the clearances 5-2.
Well, Wadsworth dropped an absolute sitter from the Giorgio kick in, but Giorgio's quick to get up there and help him out. Was gang tackled in the end. Good work there by Bayswater to keep all alive, but they're going to get out of it through the kick of McManus in the middle of the ground. It was intended for Roach. Linford put his body on the line as well. The umpire might come in and stop this. Sean Leach at the bottom of the pack. So right in the middle of Jubilee Park out here. If you're in the crowd today, head out to the Hot Wheels Cafe for Victoria's finest coffee. The umpire bounces the ball, kick up towards the half-forward line. Bayswater have got players all by themselves. If the ball can just sit, trapping it now is Tim Hall. He put himself under a lot of pressure. He had to go backwards. Cunningham snaps it around the body, kicks it into the hole, but filling that hole very nicely was Trent Giorgio, and he's going to clear it for the Mustangs. He ran onto his favourable side, got the handball across to Al Wiley on the left boot now, kicks it up towards the wing position. His target out there was Evan Hocking. He was up to the task too. Eventually paddles it to his own advantage, dives on the ball. He needs some support from Roach, who comes in now, traps the ball. He's tackled. Oh, this is good footy. Tried to scoop it out. That time was Evan Hocking. It went around his back. Handball out wide. Comes out towards Walton. The short passes on, and now Bayswater are going to be away. Inside forward 50. Tim Hall's going to be around it. Up to that position now in the forward pocket. Giorgio, good pressure. Tim Hall comes in now, but now the Mustangs through three players in defence. They had the numbers and they're going to look to clear it, but unfortunately driving the ball out of bounds on the full. Alex Wadsworth will give a restart to the Bayswater Football Club through Daniel McLaughlin. Right on wing position here, right in front of the Bayswater faithful. They're right behind their side today. The kick drives long, and he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. It was intended for Cam McLeod over his head, and Luke Shivers will bring it back in for the Mustangs. 13 minutes gone here in the second term. It's a 16-point margin. Mooroolbark hold it. Bayswater have the breeze. Luke Shivers in the back pocket. More or less up towards the half-back line now, just waiting for options on. Eventually the umpire tells him to kick it forward. He went for the field direction, dropped what he probably should have taken. Coming in there was Martin. He was gang tackled by Field to the ground and going on with it a little bit as well. But the umpire's going to come in and start this pretty quickly. Right in front of the grandstand here, Jubilee Park, elimination final day. Wadsworth went up. It was probably the tap down to Nevin Soupy. The umpire wants to let play go. Walton in there as well. So we'll have a bounce eventually. Ball pushing towards the half-forward line for Bayswater. They've only kicked the one goal to date.
Good to see Joel Galvin just about to come back on. A little bit more strapping on his head now.
A little bit of extra tape. That was good play by Matty Polkinghorn to Rove. The knockdown got the handball over to Cam Linford, who you'd expect to switch back onto his left-hand side. The handball was good too. Got it over across to Hocking. They're still running forward. Armstrong doubles back on the left boot. Kicks it to the top of the goal square. Talevsky once again double-teamed. Mullet just was over the back of the pack and it's fisted through. 4 are behind, pushing Mooroolbark onto 4 goals, 6-30. 17 points is back out to the margin now at the 14-minute mark. Bayswater 1-7-13. Let's go down to Arthur Hall, boundary side, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed then, boys, but Mooroolbark actually had an extra player on the field for a good 30 seconds just then. They've only just sorted it out now.
Thank you very much to Arthur Hall, just causing a little bit of controversy this afternoon. Out to the outer side. Bayswater just slowly trying to work it out of defence. They've slowed up play at the 15-minute mark of this second term. Up towards centre wing, looking in the Cunningham direction, coming across, trying to cut it off on that occasion was Hall. Ball spills out the back of the pack, and that's going absolutely nowhere. So in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 15 minutes gone, 1-7-13 to Bayswater, 4-5-29. Mooroolbark at the moment, good tap down by Ford, but it goes straight to an opponent. Now Bayswater the chance to clear away. They've managed to work it up towards half forward, no real clean possession at the moment. Looks like Winterton tried to break a tackle on the outer side. Didn't quite do so on that occasion. The turnover, and it'll be a free kick going the way of James McManus. So McManus on the outer side. Ray, just get your thoughts. How many do you reckon Bayswater need to kick in the next 10 minutes or so to be happy with their first half?
Well, I think they've got to get at least 2 in this quarter without Mooroolbark getting any and going maybe a goal down. But yeah, they certainly have had the opportunities, but they haven't capitalised on it.
So Mooroolbark were going forward, and Polkinghorn's managed to win out a free kick, just held after he was dispossessed. Kicks it up towards the top of the goal square, looking for Matty Ford this time, who's just found a bit of space. Sandor Redzik coming on and cutting across, punching it away. Chance for Bayswater, if they're clean, to try and get it away. Snap around the body. Mooroolbark on goal. It's up to the top of the goal square. I reckon the kids
They're not going to rob him of that one.
Talevski's finally taken one. I think he almost marked that across his knees. But at this stage, he'll take it wherever he can get it, and that's his first mark for the afternoon.
I just think Mooroolbark are a lot more efficient going forward. I think we've seen Bayswater just turn the ball over at half forward over and over again, and we've seen Mooroolbark just go forward once and they bang a goal, which really is going to hurt Bayswater.
Big man doesn't make a mistake. Another goal on the board for Mooroolbark. The first for Cadet Talevski. 5-5-35 now. Mooroolbark. Bayswater 1-7-13 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Just looking at the Ferntree Gully score, 7-7-49 at half-time. Nunawading 2-2-14 in the Division 4 elimination final.
That goal came about because of just pure strength in the marking contest by Kalevsky. He pushed, he got Combe out of the contest, and as you said, he fumbled the mark and ended up marking it on his knees almost.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap match stats.
Mooroolbark winning the contested possessions 25-18. Bayswater winning the uncontested possessions 25-14.
17 minutes gone here in the second term elimination final day. Redzi got the tap down. Cam Limson's going to be the first man on the scene. Earned himself a free kick for holding the man. So he'll look for some support. Armstrong running on the left boot, kicks it inside forward 50. It's going to bounce towards the Talevski direction. In there also is Newman, paddles out towards Roach. He's been tackled in there by Crome. So we'll have a bounce about 45 metres out from goal.
Just quickly an update on that scoreboard. Should be 5-6-36 to 1-7-13, not 35.
I threw it up. It came down to Ford Roving. Beautifully played by Stephen Newman. He slams it through. That is how you work it at the stoppages. And Mooroolbark skip away now on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They move on to 6 goals. 6, is that correct? 42. They're leading Bayswater 1-7-13. This game may be getting out of hand now.
How are the centre clearances going, Grant, in this quarter?
The centre clearances are 2 apiece for the quarter.
The 2 that Mooroolbark have had, Lee, they've certainly made a certain good use of them, haven't they?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what the inside 50s are, but I think Bayswater have gone forward a lot, and Mooroolbark have gone forward twice in the last 3 or 4 minutes and kicked 2 goals, and that one really hurt Bayswater, as in Steve Newman, who came across from Bayswater this year.
Inside 50s are 9-7 this quarter in favour of Bayswater.
Thanks very much to Grant Campbell and Yarra Valley Water Choose Tap. Ball back in the middle. Matty Ford gets it away, tries to get his handball down to Armstrong, but it comes back towards Bayswater. They'll get the centre clearances on this occasion. Out towards Cunningham. Got a bit of space to work with now. Just needs to find a teammate. Plenty of Mustangs jumpers. Just slowly works it into it. Find a teammate in Backer. So Backer about 60 metres from home.
It's been quiet.
This will be a handy one if they can get a mark inside forward 50 here. Called to play on. Just very tedious with the kick, high up and under to the hot spot, and plenty of numbers there for the Mustangs. They'll clean up across the back of the pack, out towards the boundary line, and safety out in front of the cricket nets here at Jubilee Park.
I think the loss of Brent Jane's been a massive loss for Bayswater today. I think they've gone forward that many times and they just haven't got a guy to take a grab up forward, so he's been a massive loss for him.
So ball to be thrown back here. Matty Ford outmuscles the opponent. Big punch off the back of the pack. Nice work to try and clean up McLaughlin, and I think he's won the free kick on this occasion for a push in the back. So just on the edge of the 50-metre arc, inside forward 50 now. Now they finally find a target, and Wayne McInerney takes a mark. Once again, Murphy's just found a bit of space again.
Yeah, he's been dangerous. He's probably the only forward who looks sort of looking to take a grab up there. I think Hayhurst has been quite quiet. And I stated earlier that Jane's just a huge loss for him, but McInerney's the right side here. He's a right footer, but he's pretty sneaky, so he might be able to slide this one through.
So McInerney for his second of the afternoon, a much needed goal for Bayswater. Could this one slip through? No, across to the right-hand side, through for one behind. Just quickly getting a half-time score in from Ringwood and Mitcham. Ringwood 5-4-34, Mitcham 4-9-33. Ripper contest from Peter Baird in the Division 3 elimination final.
Hocking marked the Giorgio kick in, and now the Mustangs are driving the ball up towards the wing position now. Bouncing away from them, though, the boundary line will beat all players. And we'll have a boundary throw-in right in front of the Bayswater faithful out here, Jubilee Park.
They're talking about McInerney. The thing is, they're forcing him wide. Every one mark on the lead he's got, he's out to the flanks. He's got to go down forward, down straight.
Ford versus Redzik. Ford worked his way to the front. He was getting a little bit held too. The umpire's going to reward him with a free kick. So a little bit tiggy touchwood, but it definitely was there. So Matty Ford is going to earn himself a 25-metre penalty with a little bit of back chat along the way.
So Sandor Redzik taking himself off as well.
Hit outs 14-4 this quarter in favour of Mooroolbark.
So Matty Ford On the left boot now, kicks it to the 30-metre zone. Talevski's there, a big fly over the back from Charge. What a great mark that is. And the big fella from about 30 metres out could nearly put this game away now. That was a super fly. It was the third man up and managed to pull it down. Like seeing big men do that, Ray.
That was a great mark there, and it's obviously what the plan was at quarter time, because, that's why he was sent down there.
Yeah.
But he's got to finish it off now, Ben.
He certainly does, Charge. He hasn't kicked a goal yet this afternoon, but this has been an important one as we're into time on here in the second term from 40 metres out. Concentrates very hard and gun barrel straight over the goal umpire's head. Mooroolbark move on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to 7 goals, 6, 48. They're running away with this game now. It's almost over. Bayswater 1-8-14. What do we think, guys?
It's been a very disappointing last 5 minutes for Bayswater. Mooroolbark have got those couple of goals that we were hoping that Bayswater could have got, but no, they got on top out of the middle as well, I think.
So the 6 individual goal... sorry, Murph.
That's okay. Just looking around the ground, I think the next 5 minutes will be crucial here. If Bayswater don't pick up their game here, this game could be well and truly over.
James Charge, the 6th individual goal kicker from Mooroolbark so far. Linford trying to get the clearance out of the middle. Once again, cops it in the head in the centre of the ground. Run through those. McManus with 2, then singles to Linford, Hocking, Talevski, Newman and Charge. While the only goal kicker at the moment, McInerney for Bayswater. Once again, forward out of the middle. Tries to get it away. Burmeister cutting it off on that occasion. He couldn't get his kick out either. And hard to try and get these clearances out of the contest. Very congested at the moment. Ball still in the centre of Jubilee Park. 22 minutes gone here on EFL Gameday, brought to you by the Pie Shed. Good tap down there once again by Ford. Dominated the hit-outs, Grant Campbell. The hit-outs thanks to Choose Tap.
16-5 now in favour of Mooroolbark.
Smashing it, Burmeister gets it away. Manages to get his handball off at the crucial time. Galvin inside forward 50. Pretty open forward line for once. McInerney slipped at the crucial moment as he tried to put his opponent away. And the ball spills over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Just rushing it a little bit there, Bayswater going inside. They could have had a little bit more time. They had the extra player inside. Just like when they went to McInerney in the forward pocket only moments ago, if they had have looked wide, they had 3 players running through the middle of inside 50.
Well, Podger Carroll was there but all by himself as well. Ford takes it out of the ruck, just gets the handball off in time before he's tackled. Hayhurst at the bottom of the pack trying to get it away. So too on that occasion with Armstrong still moving it forward. Out the back of the pack, almost stealing the wall away was McLaughlin, couldn't quite do so. And now a chance to clear out across the back through Armstrong out towards the centre of the ground. Bayswater will lead in the race with 2 and McLeod. So he picks up, snaps around the body, finds a target out in front of Linford. Looks like Backer. Backer inside forward 50 now. This is where they need a target. Slipped over the back and coming across and cutting it off. A great mark taken there by Matty Cunningham.
Might get 25 too.
And we'll get 25, so should kick this one from pretty much directly in front, if not a couple of metres out on a slight angle.
That was great play then by McInerney. He was going in for the marking contest and he saw his teammate come across in front of him and he just pulled up and cut his defender out of the contest. Great play there by McInerney.
So Matty Cunningham for his first of the afternoon. Much needed goal for Bayswater. Puts it through, no mistake, straight over the goal umpire's head. Bayswater 2 goals, 8-20 now. Mooroolbark 7-6-48. 24 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. You're listening to EFL Gameday, brought to you today by the Pie Shed.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap match stats.
Well, the inside 50s are now 13-8 this quarter in favour of Bayswater, but obviously they've only converted that 1 chance from 13. Compare that to Mooroolbark, they're going at 50% with 4 goals from 8 forward 50 entries.
28 points the margin. Bayswater hanging on by the thinnest of threads. Another goal or 2 would be handy before half-time. The umpire in the middle of the ground knocked it out. We'll give that one to Redzig. 4 couldn't quite get a handle on it, but Bayswater are going to win the centre clearance. Well, it's still thereabouts in there. Ford eventually gets a kick up towards the Roach direction, and he stood in front and he's paid the mark too. He had to juggle it a little bit. So Sean Roach, about 55 metres out from goal. He wanted the handball. He now elects to kick it, a bit of a skyscraper, sets the ball up really high in front. Talevski, great jukes, Talevski. Well, he he put himself up as a step ladder to Charge only moments ago, but this time there was no one climbing on his back. He pulls down a great mark. So, g'day Talevski. This afternoon he's already booted 1.
74 for the season now.
They're a lot more direct going forward, Mooroolbark. We see they're going wide and coming in from half forward, and they've got Tavesky, Charge, and they've got some good forwards leading out. Bayswater going too wide, and it's showing here on the scoreboard.
Usually bread and butter for the big man from 40 metres out. A very solid approach and kicks it straight over the goal umpire's head. And look at the boys get over to him as well. Talevski kicks his 7th and Mooroolbark boot their 8th. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, they move to 8 goals, 6.54, 34 points ahead now. Bayswater 2 goals, 8.20, 26 and a half minutes gone.
Although that forward move did pay off with the big bomb down there and Talevski took the mark, he did have another option. Evan Hocking was about 35 metres out by himself there. He's got to maybe just lower his eyes a little bit and have a look at other options instead of bombing it down there.
So ball back in the middle at the 26 and a half minute mark of this second term. Mooroolbark just doing enough to really control the game as we touch towards half-time. Trying to work it out, busting through the pack on that occasion was Polkinghorne. Wasn't quite as classy as he wanted to be. Gale got his handball away in the end. Polkinghorne gives back and they try and work out the back way through Hocking. Up towards half forward, the Roach direction, but coming in and cutting across. Bayswater will clear it out. So just summing up options across half-back. Leach the target on centre wing. Got McLeod on short, decides to go even shorter than that and find Ryan Handley. This is where they need to make Mooroolbark pay and actually put a score on the board. Short chip kick once again. Finds its target now in Backer. Come into the game in the last 5 minutes from Bayswater. This kick should go towards the forward 50. Now they've found a target. Galvin all by himself, couldn't take the mark. Ball over the back and Ford gives it off to Newman, who clears out to the outer side. Plenty of space for Mooroolbark to run in. First player there will be Ben Mullett. Just has plenty of time to wheel round onto the right boot, set it towards the forward 50. And a good mark taken there by Dan Lemon. Lemon towards the forward 50, looking in the Talevski direction, one-on-one. His opponent on that occasion slips over. And an easy mark for the kid, who will line up for goal number 76 of the season and goal number 3 for this afternoon.
How quick your fortunes can change, because if Galvin had a mark that at centre half forward, we might have had Bayswater kicking for goal, but in return he dropped the mark, and now we've got Talevski having a shot.
This for a 40-point lead at half-time. Currently it stands at 34, but Talevski just taking his time on this one. Comes in now. Umpire giving a little bit of a wind-up. Puts it on the boot for a big lead for Mooroolbark into half-time. Across to the right-hand side, 3-4-1 behind, so it'll be 35 points at half-time here at Jubilee Park. Mooroolbark 8-7-55, Bayswater 2-8-20 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Let's cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Jeff Manalitz is down there with Mooroolbark senior coach Brett Fisher. What have you got for us down there, Jeff?
Yeah, thanks, boys. Thanks for your time, Brett. I really appreciate it. You'd be really happy with that first half, especially your defence only giving away, conceding 2 goals in that first half.
Yeah, look, the boys went really, really well. Obviously helped along by Bayswater's inaccuracy, but it's all about pressure on the big ground and making sure that we can control the dangerous grass. So we've got to focus on that and trying to push Bayswater out to the edges where it's the low percentage areas to go. And I think we've probably fallen into that. They've fallen into that bit of a trap, but they've got another half to be able to rectify it. So we've got to be on our game.
And you made a point at quarter time that the big man up forward as well. That seemed to work in that quarter.
Yeah, look, we just had to make sure we kicked it to our advantage. We moved the ball forward pretty well in the first quarter, but the thing is we never kicked it to the advantage. So once we got that right, then obviously they become dangerous and, the scoreboard obviously ticked over for us.
Well, thanks very much for your time, Brett. Appreciate it. Thanks. Good luck.
Great work by Jeff Manalitz down boundary side with the senior coach of Mooroolbark, Brett Fisher. No doubt a very happy man heading into the rooms at half-time. Out at Jubilee Park, it is elimination final day, and Bayswater are trailing by 35 points. They are 2-8-20. Mooroolbark, 8 goals, 7-55. It's all happening out here as you go local for your football. We're going to cross back to Peter MacArthur in the Radio Eastern studios, then come back with Ben Waterworth. He'll be having a chat to Will Taylor out at Tormore Reserve and Peter Baird out at Vermont. Some other great finals happening as you go local for your football right here on EFL Gameday.
Hi, I'm Les Ferguson. Join me every Wednesday afternoon at 4 p.m. for the Drive program on Radio Eastern FM. I'll be guiding you home with traffic reports from the Eastern Freeway and Maroondah Highway, and I'll bring you up to date with news, sport and weather on the hour, plus my 5:30 quiz and your favourite music, hits and memories, right here on Radio Eastern FM.
Thank you to Les there and Les Ferguson. What do you do when you have a medical emergency? Public emergency departments do a great job. They're always busy and often have long waiting times. Private hospitals charge you $280 and more for additional services. But at Ikira Urgent Care, there's no waiting. You'll only pay a maximum of $150 out of pocket, which includes other diagnostic services you may need. So which option should you choose? Ikira Urgent Care, Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk-in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call them on this number, 9839 3333. 9839 3333. And we've got three-quarter time score in the Geelong and Western Bulldogs match in the AFL at Geelong. Geelong 10-8-68 lead the Western Bulldogs 7-5-47 at three-quarter time by 21 points. Radio Eastern 98.1.
20% makes a lot of difference. Imagine your team kicking 20% less goals and being 20% behind on the scoreboard. Actually, it's not. Now, imagine using a Breeze Tag account on Eastlink and getting a 20% discount on all weekend car trips. No need to imagine, it's for real. Open your account online at eastlink.com.au and get 20% off car trips all weekend, every weekend on Eastlink. Now, let's give my mate Ross 20% more stick for being 4 goals behind. Hey, Roscoe! Eastlink, it's time better spent, like at the footy.
Program sponsor. In desperate need of some windows but the budget's too tight? Never fear, because the team at T&B Window Warehouse has the right solution for you. We have surplus windows to suit the needs of any budget. We're located at 120 to 124 Bayfield Road East, Bayswater North. Give us a call, 8727 7506. That's 8727 7506. T&B Window Warehouse. Don't forget the name. Part of the EAL and AW Transport Group. Number 1 in window transport. Program sponsor.
Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local with your footy.
Half-time in the Division 2 Choose Tap Elimination Final, and it is all the Mustangs at the moment. Mooroolbark 8-7-55 to Bayswater 2-8-20, a 35-point lead, and at the moment it's very hard to see Bayswater coming back in the style of play that's been going on. Plenty of opportunities for both teams, and Mooroolbark have just been able to convert when it has mattered most. We're about to cross out to both of the other games that are going on at the moment. Out there in the Division 3 Choose Tap Elimination Final, it is Ringwood 5-4-34, leading Mitcham 4-9-33. Ringwood did get out of the blocks, but apparently Scott Homewood really did try to lift the boys at half-time, it's quarter-time I should say, and has really brought the margin back for the Mitcham Tigers. So they only trail by 1 point. And in the other game, it's the Division 4 Choose Tap Elimination Final. It's Ferntree Gully 7-7-49. Leading Nunawading 2-14. Of course, this is EFL Game Day, brought to you by the Pie Shed today. The Pie Shed's pies are absolutely delicious. They combine fresh meats and vegetables with just the right combination of herbs and spices. The Pie Shed offers over 40 varieties of pies with a reputation second to none. So you're marking the team out there at their Bayswater or Scoresby stores. So the Pie Shed out there, Canterbury Road in Bayswater, and of course just behind Exeter Reserve in Scoresby there. Just repeating the score out here at half-time in the Division 2 Choose Tap Elimination Final. It's Bayswater 2-8-20, and they are leading Mooroolbark 8-7-55. Wayne McInerney able to put it through, but a couple of multiple goal kickers for the Mooroolbark side, and G'day Talevski had a shot on the siren to make it 3 goals, but unfortunately wasn't able to do it. If you missed out on yesterday's results in the Division 2, 3 and 4 finals, in Division 2 it was Montrose getting the chocolates over Roeville, so they advanced straight through to the Division 2 Choose Tap Grand Final. They will play obviously the winner of Roeville and likely looking Mooroolbark at the moment, but there's still a half to go. So Montrose through to the Division 2 Choose Tap Grand Final. In Division 3, in our radio game yesterday, it was the Hawk off 3, and it was 3 wins for 3 games for the Glen Waverley Hawks. They won against Boronia by 7 points, so they will play North Ringwood in the second semi-final next week. And in Division 3, it will be for Boronia. They will play the winner of Ringwood and Mitcham at the moment. We're about to hear from that game in Ringwood and Mitcham. And in Division 4, it was South Belgrave very, very comfortably over Sylvan, but to the tune of almost 100 points. So nicely done by the South Belgrave Football Club. Nick Cox very, very happy on Akira EFL Sunday this morning. Speaking of Division 4, it's now time to head out to Ferntree Gully and Nunawading. It's not Division 4, I should say. It's time to head out to Division 3. It's Ringwood and Mitcham out there at Vermont Recreation Reserve, and it's Ringwood by 1 point at half time. And on the scene is our very own Peter Baird. Good afternoon to you, Frosty. Peter Baird.
Battle through.
Yes, got you now. Got you, Frosty. Now 1 point in the margin at the moment. Ringwood obviously got out of the blocks, but it looks like Scott Homewood's men were able to really peg it back.
They really did. They really got into the game in the second quarter. They started to win 50-50 contests after Ringwood kicked the first 4 goals of the game to open up a 25-point lead. Mitcham have kicked 4 the next 5 to reduce the margin back to 1 point at half time, and they're starting to win those 50-50 contests around the ground. Guys like Jared Whitnish and Julian Petraka and Simon Godfrey suddenly come into the game late in that quarter. Mitcham had a lot of chances late in that second term and really probably didn't take their opportunities. They kicked 3-8 for that second term and possibly could have been in front at half time.
Of course, the game being played out at Vermont Recreation Reserve, the surface in pristine condition as well. I'm sure both teams are enjoying playing on that ground out there. What's the support like? Because we know that we're actually at Ringwood or at Jubilee Park at the moment. How a good contingent of Ringwood supporters have gone over and watching the guys play?
I'll tell you what, the ground out here at Vermont is an absolute picture at the moment. You couldn't get a better surface to play local football on. At the crowd out here, there's a real buzz around the Vermont Recreation Reserve. There's a huge contingent of both Mitcham and Ringwood supporters out here. And with both teams not having played in finals for an extended period of time, you can really sense the excitement and the buzz around the ground from the supporters of both clubs.
Should be looking forward to that second half as well. Who were some of the Ringwood players at the start of the game? Obviously, we said that Ringwood got off to a great start. Who were the Ringwood players that really came out of the blocks and announced themselves very early on in the match?
I'm a big rap for Lukey Davis, and he's put on a bit of a display in the first half out here. He's probably been Ringwood's best midfielder. Him and Vinnie Jones, Luke Jones as well through the midfield. Michael Kingsford kicked the first 2 goals of the game for Ringwood and really set them alight early. And Trent Farmer, he's been dominant up forward for them. He's out-marking his opponents. Ringwood has got a bit of dominance right across the ground in the air, and Mitcham just needs to try and adjust their game plan a little bit and try not to bomb the ball so long, and they'll get right back into this game. This is anyone's game in the second half, and I'm reluctant to even try and tip a winner from here. It could go either way.
Your fence has always been your best friend, Frosty. I know you enjoy sitting on that. You sound like you're inside at the moment. You're not in and amongst the people. You are being nice to look after there at the Vermont Recreation Reserve.
Yeah, Wayne Brasher here from the Vermont Football Club looking after me beautifully. Got a beautiful room here in the boardroom, I think it is here at Vermont Footy Club, and got full glass window view of the ground, and sitting here in a little bit of luxury with a nice table and pristine view of the ground. Fine dining as per usual, Frosty. We know you love it. Come on, get off the fence here. Ringwood or Mitcham for you in to win this game? Ringwood have just taken the ball forward. We have started in the third quarter here. James Katsialis is about to line up on goal. I don't know. Ringwood have looked a little bit more polished in the way they've used the ball, but Mitcham has had a little bit more of it of recent times. So it can go either way. If Katsialis can kick this one, it's going to extend that lead out to 7 points. Perhaps I think Ringwood, they're just looking a little bit more polished in the way they're using the ball. Well, call. We know you've always wanted to call this goal. Katsialis in front of goal now. Yeah, he's about 35 metres out, deep in the forward pocket. Yes. He's coming in, lining up on goal. The goal kicks on its way, and he's missed off to the right-hand side. So unfortunately, Ringwood only extend their margin to that 2-point lead. So anyone's game still here.
There's under-19s and reserves DVD gigs here for you, Frosty, and you're more than welcome to call those as well. Good on you, mate. We appreciate your time, and keep us in the loop. Of course, follow at Frosty Baird if you want to keep on the in Frosty's ear there on Twitter. Ringwood in front there by 2 points. We'll talk to you later, Frosty.
Look forward to it, mate. It's going to be a ripping second half. Beautiful.
Good stuff there. Peter Baird out of the match between Ringwood and Mitcham. So just repeating that score, Ringwood able to put that score on the board just then. 5-5-35 are the Redbacks, and Mitcham 4-9-33. Bayswater here, if you've just joined us, Bayswater are 2-8-20, and they are trailing Mooroolbark 8-7-55. The Mustangs certainly doing it all their own way at the moment. So the Mustangs in front by 35. points. And at Ferntree Gully and Nunawading, we'll cross out to Will Taylor quite shortly. It's Ferntree Gully at half-time. We're 7-7-49, leading Nunawading 2-14. But we'll cross out to Will, get an update score. He's just given me a text and said they're halfway during the third quarter. So we'll get have a quick chat to him. Bayswater just making their way back out onto Jubilee Park now in the Bogues draft jumpers, doing a very fine job of it as well. Quite easy to tell the two teams apart. Of course, this is EFL Game Day, proudly brought to you by the Pie Shed. Pie Shed's pies are absolutely delicious. They combine fresh meats and vegetables with just the right combination of herbs and spices. And they offer 40 varieties of pies with an excellent reputation. See Mark and the team at their Bayswater or Scoresby stores. And Johnny Higgins from Sportsvision will be right there. Second to none reputation, absolutely. And make sure if you're at the game today, see Roger Phillips at the Hot Wheels Cafe. They've got magnificent coffees going on down out there. Now let's cross out to Tormore Reserve in Baronia. It's Ferntree Gully and Nunawading out there at the moment. And Ferntree Gully held a 35-point lead at half-time. But we're into the third quarter, and our man on the scene is, he's decided to watch men's football for a change. He's not watching women's football today. It's a good afternoon to Will Taylor. How are you, Wilbur?
I'm pretty good, Benny, and what a interesting game this has been here in the third quarter, with just 8.5 gone in the third quarter here at Tormore Reserve, and the Ferntree Gully Eagles are 9-7-61 to Nunawading 4-3-27. Nunawading actually just skipped the goal as you just crossed over to us, and we'll start off with the first quarter of this game. Ferntree Gully just looked too quick. They're about 2-3 steps ahead of Nunawading in every aspect of the game. And Ferntree Gully kicked 6-5-41 to one behind. Of course, Paul Hager was all over the place for Ferntree Gully with 2 quick goals. Michael Todd actually kicked the first goal.
Your bestie, Michael Todd.
Yes, my bestie.
Yeah, your best friend. Yep.
He actually kicked 2 goals in that quarter. And it just seems like Nunawading was just one step, as I said, it was just so slow. I went out to the Nunawading huddle at quarter time, and pretty much the coach Spence and our team there just said, go back to basic. They could do better than that, and just stay on your play and be accountable. And it was actually spine-tingling stuff. It was when I went out to the Nunawading bench there, huddle at the quarter time break. But Nunawading, to their credit, they did hit back and they did respond well, and they kicked the first 2 goals of the second quarter through Robert Papo to reduce the margin back to a 28-point lead. But unfortunately, the mark inside forward from the kick in there put Jeremy Stapleton a goal there with 20 minutes gone in that second term, and that half-time was 7-7-49 Ferntree Gully, Nunawading 2-2-14.
And of course, now, sorry to cut you off there, Wilbur. Ferntree Gully with a 2-goal, with an extra 2 goals on the board, and Nunawading able to kick a goal as well. So what we'll do, Wilbur, is we'll catch up with you at 5:30 this afternoon. Keep us in the loop on Twitter. Follow Wilbur at Smash FM. You're doing a fantastic job out there, and we'll look forward to hearing from you a little bit later on today.
Not a problem at all.
Good on you, Wilbur. Will Taylor out there at Tormore Reserve. Peter MacArthur will cross back to you in the studio. We'll take a short break because Bayswater are back out in the field. The umpires are back out in the field, and Mooroolbark look like they're about to run back on. So we'll take a short break, we'll cross back to you, and then we'll come back with the second half action in the Division 2 Choose Tap Elimination Final between Mooroolbark and Bayswater. It's the Mustangs by 35 points. This is EFL Game Day brought to you.
1 sudden fever, aching body, sore throat, chills, nausea, headache, dizziness. Sounds like you need medical assistance urgently. It's difficult getting an immediate appointment with your GP when you need care fast. So come to Ikira Urgent Care, where you don't need an appointment and you don't have to wait. And they're Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road in Baronia, or call them on this number, 9839 3333. 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care, your health, your destiny.
20% makes a lot of difference. Imagine your team kicking 20% less goals and being 20% behind on the scoreboard. Actually, it's not. Now, imagine using a Breeze Tag account on Eastlink and getting a 20% discount on all weekend car trips. No need to imagine, it's for real. Open your account online at eastlink.com.au and get 20% off car trips all weekend, every weekend on Eastlink. Now, let's give a mate Ross 20% more stick for being 4 goals behind. Hey, Roscoe! Eastlink, it's time better spent, like at the footy.
Program sponsor. In desperate need of some windows but your budget's too tight? Never fear, because the team at T&B Window Warehouse has the right solution for you. We have surplus windows to suit the needs of any budget. We're located at 120 to 124 Bayfield Road East, Bayswater North. Give us a call, 8727 7506. That's 8727 7506. T&B Window Warehouse. Don't forget the name, part of the EAL and AW Transport Group. Number 1 in window transport. Program sponsor.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Jubilee Park is the place to be on Division 2 Elimination Final Day, and it's a friendly place for the Mooroolbark faithful in the first half of football. It's currently a 35-point lead to the Mustangs. Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats, the all-important first half stats.
In that second quarter, the really one that stood out was the hit-outs. It was 17-6 to favour of Mooroolbark, and that, although the clearances were 9-8 favour of Bayswater, when Mooroolbark did win the clearances, they were able to get better ones because they had the person hitting out the ball to them. They also were on top in contested possessions, 38-23, and another sign that Bayswater was second to the ball was the tackle count. They won that 19-9. So that ruck duel could be very important in this third quarter if Bayswater are going to get back into this match, because in the first quarter it was 9 apiece, but getting dominated so much it didn't really give them enough chances to kick off.
Murph, how do Bayswater get back into this match?
Good question. I think their star players, Winston, I think Burmos has been a little bit quiet today. I think they've got to use the ball a bit more going forward. It's sort of quite wasteful. They're getting spread really wide. McInerney's quite dangerous, but as we said earlier, he's marking everything on the boundary. So they've got to start well here. The first 10 minutes will be very crucial, and hopefully they can get a few goals and get them back in the game.
Dyson Baker to take us underway. The third quarter about to get underway out at Jubilee Park. Elimination final. Mooroolbark versus Bayswater.
Mooroolbark looking the goods to take on Roeville next week in the preliminary final. Bayswater with it all to do. They win the first hit out. Free kick will be paid out. It'll go the way of the Mustangs though, and they'll get a chance to clear away for the first time through Armstrong. Short chip kick out wide, finds its target on that occasion, and Hocking goes towards the forward 50 in the direction of Mullet. Just bounces in front of him. Newman swoops on it towards the forward 50. Nothing really there. Ball's held up just on inside the forward 50 for Mooroolbark, and umpire calls it. Umpire crosses it himself.
Ray, Mooroolbark.
Sorry?
Mooroolbark, you're impressed with them so far?
Yeah, look, they've been very impressive. They took a long time to settle down in the first quarter, but once they did, they've been very impressive, Benny.
It's crossed down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care to Artie.
Yeah, just a short update on the weather. The wind just seems to come more across the ground now towards the grandstand side and chopping down to the left of the radio dial. And our bench at the moment is for Bayswater, Podger Carroll, Walton, Ollerenshaw and Redzik.
Thank you very much, Artie. The ball drifts up towards the Bendigo Bank scoreboard on the outer side of the ground. Picking it up there for Mooroolbark was Hocking, broke a tackle, then kicked it to centre half forward in towards the forward direction. He got down really low. He tried to claim the mark, Cunningham. He might have copped one high, and it'll be a free kick to Bayswater. About 40 metres out from goal from the Mooroolbark end. Kick goes out wide, intended for McLeod. He takes the mark. It's to wind around on the left boot. It's okay. Short pass was on. Finds Ryan Handley. Switches on across the ground now. The kick has to be good. It is. Out there taking a mark is Adam Jones. So just waiting for players to get across to the other side of the ground. Bayswater moving it up with clean disposal. Running through the middle was McLeod if they can spot him up.
All by himself.
Kick goes out wider still. For the mark, taken by Galvin, wrapped up this afternoon. Short passes on into the middle of the ground. It was a bit of a risky one too because his Linford's there and he's got support in McManus as he gets it now. In fact, it was Shivers. Handball on further to Mullet from 55 metres out, kicks it to the top of the square, charges there. So too Talevski, and at the back of the pack, he just found his spot in the right time. Had a nice little nudge, but out of the way. Out of the way of get out of my way. I'm going to put this one through. So a good bit of play there by Mooroolbark.
All that came because of a turnover from Joel Galvin in the centre of the ground, and as you said, Linford, he got the ball and moved it forward, and yeah, a bit of a push out on his teammate, but a big mark to Talevski.
So Kide Talevski from about 30 metres out, almost directly in front. He's kicked 2 for the afternoon. This will make it 3. Makes the goal umpire work for it, but he claps it home. So goal on the board to Mooroolbark. That's the first one of the third term. They move on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to 9 goals 761. Bayswater 2-8-20. Let's cross down boundary side to a very relaxed looking Jeff Manalitza.
Yeah, great start to the quarter for Mooroolbark. On the bench starting this quarter is Matty Polkinghorn, Shivers, Costigan and also Alex Wadsworth.
He's just relaxed into that chair with the interchange stewards, just bathing in the sun on that big bold noggin of his.
Can't do the yawn around with Artie though, he's too wide.
Ball back in the centre of Jubilee Park, 3 minutes gone, third term. EFL Gameday brought to you by the Pie Shed. Back in the middle, Ford gets it out. Linford, nice little tap down to a teammate as they try and work it out. Handball wasn't that flash for Shivers, cut off. Chance now for Bayswater at the bottom of the pack. They try and work it out. Can't quite do so. It's held up. Linford once again putting his head over the ball. They still try and work it out now. They finally get that kick out. On this occasion, it's Winterton up towards half forward. It'll come back though. It's held up. Nice tackle from Cunningham right in the centre of Jubilee Park. And we'll have another ball up. So Mooroolbark just doing enough at the moment to hold this lead. Tap down, pretty much nullified on this occasion. Galvin tries to push it off of the Joel variety inside forward 50. They'll find a marking target, and it looks like McInerney once again taking a mark about 35 metres out on a slight angle.
It's Daniel McLaughlin.
It'll be McLaughlin for Bayswater's third goal of the afternoon.
They have to kick this one, Bayswater. Yeah, if they miss this, well, they're certainly out of the contest, but they've just got to get that one back.
So McLaughlin for goal number 1 this afternoon comes in. Nice looking kick off the boot. Bayswater players are happy. Goal umpire's happy. Bayswater not done with yet. 3-8-26. Mooroolbark 9-7-51. 4 minutes gone, third term. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL Gameday brought to you by the Pie Shed. See Mark and the team at Bayswater and Scoresby.
I just thought at the start of this quarter, for Bayswater to get back into this game, it's going to have to be McLaughlin and Hayhurst and some of their more experienced players to get back into the game. And if we see McLaughlin there, take a mark and kick a goal. So let's hope that they can get a couple on the trot and get back into it.
Back to a 35-point margin, 5 minutes into the third term. The umpire throws the ball up now. Nevin's got the knockdown. It came straight into the arms of Winterton. Handballed it over, gets it along to Galvin. This is a good centre clearance. Out wide, they've got a player in there, and McLeod. He had to break a tackle. They're going backwards to go forwards. The pressure by Mooroolbark sensational as the ball's pushed along the wing. Hanley scooped on it and kicked it up towards the half-forward line or thereabouts. Good use of the body that time by Trent Giorgio. Bangs it on the left boot inside forward 50 towards the charge direction. Over the back of the pack, Bayswater might have the numbers there. Mitch Galvin dropped what he probably should have taken, and it's up towards the goal square now. Teleski has to beat his opponent. That was good play there by Leach to get position A. They've cleared the ball, but only as far as Cam Linford. It's about 55 metres out from goal. He's got short options if he wants it. He wants to go to the Talevski direction. Oh, the umpire didn't pay the mark or a free kick at the fall. The ball is going to be Mark Martin, wrapped up by Neil Winterton in a tackle. And in fact, he's saying that Winterton has given away a free kick to Mark Martin. So very stiff there. After Ryan Hanley had put his body on the line, he got absolutely crunched. Nearly could have got paid a free kick or a mark. So Mooroolbark are going to have a shot for goal. Mark Martin from about 45 metres out. Ray?
That was great courage there by Hanley. Go back when he knew that the players were coming into his back. But no, that's the sort of team things that Bayswater have to do to try and get a lift around the ground.
Ringwood have kicked 3 goals in 4 minutes, and they've just given themselves some space. The Redbacks by 18 points over Mitcham, thanks to Frosty Baird.
At Frosty Baird, if you follow Twitter, coming in now, Mark Martin from 45 metres out on the left boot. It was a good-looking kick off, but it pushed it to the left-hand side. So minus score to Mooroolbark on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They moved to 9 goals, 862. Bayswater are 3 goals, 826. Still just within reach, Bayswater. Mooroolbark clearly on top here.
Lee, Cam Linford getting a lot of the ball and creating a bit of a problem for Bayswater.
Yeah, I think he won the BNF in the comp last year. He's a very good player, and he's actually quite a good mark for his size, which I didn't realise. They've got quite a few left-footers, Mooroolbark, and they're really making Bayswater pay here.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap match stats.
Inside 50s this quarter, 5-1 in favour of Mooroolbark, worrying signs for Bayswater.
Ball to be thrown back in once again. A free kick's been paid out, and advantage paid as well to Bayswater as they try and run it out on the outer side, trying to work it up towards the centre wing area. They move it back inside now. It's cut off once again. that's pretty much where they've been let off. That kick towards half forward has been average all afternoon, and it's held up centre wing out of side.
I think Mooroolbark's pressure's been very good on Bayswater, forcing these turnovers, and once the turnover occurs, they're very quick to spread, and they're looking very dangerous now.
So 8 minutes gone, third term. Good work from Ford just to give his team first use out of the middle. They try and work it forward on that occasion through Shivers. Hard, tucked up close to the boundary line, and a push against the...
Paddy Polkinghorn copped one, but then they gave one after. I think it'll go to Polkinghorn.
And it was the non-officiating umpire from about 60 metres away who's paid the free kick to Mooroolbark. They go towards the forward 50 in the Linford direction. Couldn't take the mark in front of Handley. Chance now for Bayswater to clear out the back of the pack. Good work off the back by Backer as he tried to kick it, but it's cut off on this occasion. And a nice mark taken by Matty Polkinghorn, pretty much where he kicked it into forward 50 just a few moments ago. Once again to the top of the 50-metre arc, looking for an option coming across the back. Couldn't quite take the mark there was Mullet. Ball spills out the back. Bayswater should clean up here. No targets though, but they managed to sum one up in the middle of the ground. Good work to find Wayne McInerney. If he's the fast player there, they're a long way from home. Plenty of options trying to run in contest with the ball. The Mustangs get it away up towards centre wing. Georgiou the target. Good Shepherd later on Hayhurst as Georgiou kicks forward, and it's been called out of bounds right in front of our Akira Urgent Care boundary riders. 9 minutes gone in this third term. So just that kick, once again, that kick going in towards half forward has been cut off time and time again by the Mooroolbark defence. Ball to be thrown back in centre wing. Commentary side here at Jubilee Park. Good work to find the ball off the back of the pack. Handley, but he was quickly wrapped up by Linford. Umpire said it was too high, so Handley to win the free kick. Would have been expecting that about a couple of minutes ago when he put himself in front of a pack of about 6 players. Short chip kick, dangerous, but it finds its target. And they slowly ease it down the ground. Galvin now, centre wing. This kick to go inside forward 50, must find a target now. Couldn't quite do so, and it'll be Mooroolbark to clean up once again. In there was, on that occasion, was Costigan. Couldn't take it away. McInerney held his opponent up. Nothing really presenting. And it's held up. On that occasion, it was Winterton. Couldn't get away. And right on the 50-metre arc, just in the forward flank for Bayswater at the moment. 10-minute mark, we'll have a ball up. EFL Gameday brought to you today by the Pie Shed. Good work out of the back of the pack there from Cunningham. His kick went absolutely nowhere. He picks it up, tries to go it again, and it's smothered, and it'll be a ball up about 45 metres round from the Bayswater goal. Choose Tap match stats, thanks to Grant Campbell.
Bayswater on top in clearances this quarter, win that 8-2.
There's a lot more fight from Bayswater at the moment, Ray Baird, just not quite putting the score on the board.
Look, they got, as I said, they've got a lot of the ball. The pressure from Mooroolbark's making them to turn the ball over. I think that's their main problem. No, they just got to get better use of the ball, I think.
So they managed to move the play out towards pretty much 45 out directly in front. Galvin was tackled as he tried to get rid of it. Umpire said he was taken too high. And it'll be a free kick going the way of Bayswater, about 40 metres from home on a slide angle.
I've seen a lot of players today, boys, lose their feet. Now, being watching the game here yesterday, I can't remember one player losing their feet. So maybe that ground with the wind on it yesterday and last night, it's just hardened up a little bit and become a bit more slippery.
So it'll be Joel Galvin. I reckon he's had his head strapped about 4 or 5 times this afternoon. We're across boundary side shortly, thanks to Akira Urgent Care. So Joel Galvin to line it for goal number 1. Crucial kick here for Bayswater's season. Comes in now on the right boot, sets it high and right out to the left-hand side. Just stays in, and a nice mark taken by Georgiou. Last line of defence. Out towards the outer side, got plenty of run in Hayden Schroeder, who's owned that wing since pretty much quarter time. Finds Roach centre wing outer side. Here for the Mustangs as they try and attack forward. Plenty of players flooding forward. Handley cuts it off at centre half back. And we'll cross boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care, boys.
Yeah, just backing up on Ray said there about players slipping over. It's not a slippery ground, but there is a crusty, dry surface on it, and you can sort of understand the players. It's like lawnmower clippings type that they're slipping over in.
Thanks to Artie, down boundary side. Due by Akira Urgent Care this afternoon. The ball's in Bayswater's hands in the middle of the ground. The driving kick goes inside forward 50. Great fly by Matty Cunningham. Takes the mark about 45 out. Distance will push him, so he wants to keep it moving quickly. Kicks it to the top of the square, and just there was nobody home for him. Mooroolbark had a couple of players at the last line of defence, and now they've cleared it out to Cam Linford. Takes the mark across the half-back line, goes for distance along the boundary line. This might end up staying in for charge if it can sit up for the big man. It does now. He breaks one tackle, then cuts it inside to Matty Polkinghorn, and now he's away. Drives the ball inside up towards the Talevski direction. Inside forward 50 over the back of the pack. Mullet might be able to work with this nicely. Taps it to the top of the goal square. Oh, he needed Ford to bend down and pick it up. The big man just couldn't do it. And now it looks like Bayswater will clear it, but only as far as Tim Costigan across the half-forward line. Spots up Dent. So they're still 50 metres out from goal. The Mustangs winds around Dent now on the left boot. Kicks it up towards the forward direction. He had one bite over the back of the pack, charging through. Trying to pick it up there was Martin. Did so now. Hank goes backwards to go forwards. Polkinghorn spotted a player out wide. That was really clever play too. Mooroolbark now, they've get another go at it inside 50 and chopping off and taking a ripper mark there, Hayden Schroeder. Last line of defence for Bayswater, switches it out wide, looking for Burmeister. He copped one from Linford after he took the mark, so it was a good mark by David Burmeister. Across the half-back line, 13 and a half minutes gone here in the third quarter. 9-8 plays 3-8. 6-goal margin. Ball up towards the centre wing position over the top there of McManus. Tried to get a handball out. Did so now. In there also is Hocking. Over the top Cunningham. The umpire said eventually he'll let the play go. Coming in through McManus. Got a handball out wide. The first play is going to be there is Giorgio. Fisted away from him. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Good play Cam McLeod. Right in front of the Bayswater faithful out here at the moment.
Bayswater had a good last 5 minutes, and in the first quarter they didn't use the initiative they had, so they've really got to kick one or two to get back in the game because they're playing well the last 5 minutes or so.
Ford got it out. Newman took it from the ruck contest, kicked it towards the Talevski direction. What a beautiful pass it was. It was chopped off at the last second. Heard a bit of a whistle though. The umpire's going to play a free kick. Advantage will be paid to Handley. He has time and he has players out wide. So Bayswater, they're just going to slow it up a little bit now. Jones, he was waiting for some support. Handley ended up going for the 1-2. Takes off now and kicks it out towards the wing position. Bendigo Bank scoreboard side. Mark's taken by McLaughlin. He wants to move the ball on quickly. Does so to Aaron Walton. It sits up for him. He has to squeeze a kick out of it. Wanted the right boot. Pushed it right towards that boundary line. And the umpire's come in and paid a free kick. It'll go the way of Bayswater. Cunningham, he played on with it. They said it was advantage played. I don't know how they could claim that. Picked up by Sean McManus. Handballed it out of the danger zone. Cam Linford's in there. They're doing okay. Dent was also around the pill. Across the half-forward line, Bayswater. Oh, that was good bit of play there. And they're going to get out of it too. Kick inside forward 50 was an absolute grubber. The pressures of Men's banged out of the danger zone towards the Polkinghorn direction. Tried to rip in a one-hander. Burmeister was right on his hammer, as was Sean Leach. Handballed it over the top to Handley, who just handballed it to absolutely no one except for Sean Roach, except Adam Jones was on his hammer. Squeezed a kick up towards the half-forward line. Field with the long hair. Moved it on quickly. That's okay. Bayswater, that was good bit of play. And they spot up a player across the half-forward line about 25 metres, about 55 metres out, Daniel McLaughlin, but he looks pretty confident lining up for this one.
Look, the Bayswater in the last 5 minutes, as Lee said, look, they're certainly up the ante a little bit, and the endeavour, you couldn't doubt their endeavour in that 5 minutes.
They're still a long way from home. 16 minutes gone in this third term. They're currently trailed by 6 goals. McLaughlin trying to bring the ball back. This will be a very good looking kick. He almost had enough too. Hits the pine, one behind the result. So Bayswater once again a blemish on the scoreboard for them on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 3 goals, 9-27. Mooroolbark, 9 goals, 8-62.
Funnily enough, that's the first scoring shot from either side for the last 10 minutes. That just shows you how much of a contest it's been so far in this quarter.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Bayswater have taken 12 marks inside 50, but they've only kicked 3 goals from that. Compare that to Mooroolbark. They've taken 7 marks inside 50 and kicked 5 goals.
Clearing kick and a good mark taken by Evan Hocking. Gives it off to Armstrong. Finds him on centre wing. Just centre wing commentary side, plenty of options as he tries to go forward in towards the Talevski direction. Managed to find a bit of space. It was punched away again. Ford under a lot of pressure from field, just wrapped up and taken to the ground 60 metres from home, and a ball up at the 17-minute mark. Just getting an update, 3-quarter time, 8-12 Ringwood to 6-11, so they've managed to open up a 2-goal lead at the moment, the Redbacks. If you're a Ringwood supporter here at Jubilee Park, you'll be happy to know that.
The guys on the barbecue will be happy, and we must thank them for their delivery at half-time.
Exactly. So a free kick's been paid out. It'll go the way of Bayswater for too high. And once again, it looks like Joel Galvin that's copped another one in the head. So, kick short, finds handling.
It's been good.
Summing up his options, just opened it up at the moment. He does so to the outside again this time, looking in the direction and trying to find on that occasion Schroeder, who gets around a couple and works his way inside forward 50. He's found Sandor Redzik all by himself, won't sit up for him. Across the back of the pack, cutting it in, trying to take a shot. Slowly pushing away in front of Hayhurst, and the ball is out of bounds right about 30 metres round from the Bayswater goal.
If I can sneak one here, boys, I think they'll be 4 goals down at three-quarter time.
With a breeze.
With a breeze, and I think their fitness will come into consideration as well. Bayswater playing on the big ground every week.
Good work from Roach to punch over the back. Was nullified, though, on that occasion by Ford. Redzik gives his handball away to Galvin. Galvin goes back to Podger Carroll, got a bit of space, kicks short. Found a teammate at McLaughlin who also kicked short, managed to find a target inside, and he's found Jesse Field, who can line up from about 40 metres out on a slight angle. And like Murph just said, this is a very handy goal.
Look, it did, and I think one of the big pluses in the last 10 minutes for Bayswater has been McLaughlin. He's presenting himself down forward there at the contest, and he certainly lifted his game.
So Jesse Field for the first for him this afternoon. To keep Bayswater in touch, sets it across to the left-hand side, and with that win, just rips it across. Through for one behind. It's 3:10 now, 28. That can't be right. 3:10, 28. Mooroolbark 9:8, 19 minutes gone, third term. Bendigo Bank scoreboard, EFL Gameday, brought to you today by the Pie Shed.
Giorgio, he had the kick in, he wanted Hocking, it went over his head, scooped upon by Lemon, had players out wide in Linford. On the left foot goes inside the centre square now, where he finds Hocking, wants to wind around on his left boot. That kick was an absolute skyscraper, but it still manages to find himself inside forward 50. Martin might be the first one to run onto this, paddled it to himself, scooted around one player, he needs some support. Talevsky comes charging out, ball fisted away towards the boundary line. Newman's going to be the first one there, has to pick it up. Great tackle on him by Podger Carroll. He's going to be rewarded. Holding the ball is the result. So Bayswater in the half-back line, they'll get out of trouble.
I think Bayswater's backline's been very good today, particularly their halfbacks. They just repelled everything before half-time, and they've carried on with it again.
So Ben Podger Carroll, the hyphen, on the left boot. Kicks it up towards the half-back line over the back of the pack. Giorgio, great mark. He's had a super game today. Always a beautiful left foot kick and gets some valuable meterage on it as well. Looks as though he's winding up, kicks it towards the forward direction. It goes over the top of his head. Talevsky comes in, players form. The umpire's actually going to pay a mark to Bayswater.
Different hands.
So luck's a fortune. It'll be Schroeder to go out wide to Handley. Takes a mark in the back pocket. He's got players over the top. He goes that way now. Good mark taken by Aaron Walton. He's able to go away with it, have a bounce or maybe two. Kicks it up towards the wing position. It was half smothered off the boot. Redzik picked it up. That was good play. Gave it over to Nevins. Cunningham laid a good tackle to lend the shepherding support. They're in the middle of the ground now. Ben Backer has it. He wants to move it quickly. Short passes on to Field. Takes it at centre half forward. They've got players wide if he can spot them. The short passes on. Once again, it's kicked into the man on the mark. No good for Tim Hall. Going to be scooped upon by Al Wiley. Got the handball out wide. That was really good play. McManus kicks it to the half-back line where Roach takes a good mark. So half-back to half-back at the moment in this third term. 21 minutes gone. It's a big lead to the Mooroolbark Football Club. 6 goals the difference. They've got the ball near that Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and now they're charging forward. Talevsky's the option here. 40 metres out. He nearly copped one on the chop. Schroeder paddles it to his advantage. It needs to sit up for him. He's right near that boundary line. Mullet couldn't quite catch him. Left foot kick goes along the wing position, but he had no one out there. So Mooroolbark will get another chance to reload. The kick goes up towards the centre half forward position where Matty Polkinghorn stands all alone. Takes a good mark. He's got players short on again. Ben Mullet the kick was terrible for him, but coming out was Talevsky. Scooped on it, snapped around the body. The big man, this might go through. Ford's there on the last line of defence. Still ball alive. Well done. Over for a minor score. So just peppering the goals. Both sides really over the last 5 or 10 minutes, but no one can really put through a major. So a very handy 32-point lead now to the Mooroolbark Football Club.
Three-quarter time score, Ringwood 8-12-60, leading by 13 points over Mitcham 6-11-47. And out at the Division 4 elimination final, 10-9-69, Ferntree Gully leading Nunawading 5-3-33 by 36 points. So a couple of one-sided affairs around the ground Bayswater trying to stem the flow at the moment. They've been pretty lucky, I tell you what. Choose Tap stats against to Grant Campbell.
Kicks this quarter 54 to 41 in favour of Bayswater.
About to be escorted out of here.
Handball 16 to 10 in favour of Bayswater.
Security down with our Akira Urgent Care boundary riders. Ball thrown in once again. Roach got his tap down to no one really on that occasion. Polkinghorn couldn't pick up. Ball goes out of bounds.
What Mooroolbark have been very clever to do this quarter is that they've kept the corridor loaded, and that means that Bayswater's had to go very wide when they've come out of defence.
So ball to be thrown back in. Centre wing out of side. Currently in this one, it's a 33-point lead in favour of Mooroolbark. They finished third across the season. They get a chance. Bayswater get a chance to clear it out of the defensive line once again, up towards half forward. Needed to talk on that occasion. Cunningham just came in, spoiled his teammate. And a chance now for Dent to clear away off the back of the pack, but a free kick being paid.
Holding the ball.
Holding the ball, going the way of Cunningham. Cunningham to the outer side, kicks wide. They now a chance to move inside forward 50 once again. McInerney, the target, bounced off his chest, couldn't quite take the mark. Looks like McLaughlin actually off the back of the pack, gives it to Walton, who finds Redzik around the body, and another behind for Sandor Redzik. And they just can't quite find the big sticks at the moment.
Can't buy a goal.
3:11:31 now. Mooroolbark 9:9:63. 24 minutes gone. Third term. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL Gameday brought to you today by the Pie Shed. Steve Mark and the team at Bayswater and scores.
So the kick from Giorgio goes out wide. Straight into the arms of Brent Gale at the siren, put him off and he spilt the mark. 3-quarter timeout here at Jubilee Park, and it is a big lead to the Mooroolbark Football Club. They had the breeze in that third term, and at 3-quarter time they lead at 9 goals, 9-63. Bayswater 3-11-29. Plenty of great games happening as you go local for your football out at Tormore Reserve and Vermont Recreation Reserve. We'll hear all about those scores with Ben Waterworth right after this break here on EFL Gameday Elimination Final Day.
To hear music played by brass, concert and Highland pipe bands, be listening to Easterly Winds here on Radio Eastern FM 98.1 at 6:30pm on Friday evenings. Easterly Winds is presented by me, Ian Douglas, President of Croydon Citizens Band. You'll hear a march or two and music band concerts, mostly a wide range of other types of very listenable music that show the versatility of these types of bands. I look forward to your company at 6:30pm on Friday evenings for Easterly Winds here on Radio Eastern FM.
Thank you to Ian Douglas. We've got final score in the match between Geelong and Western Bulldogs at Geelong. Geelong 16-11-107 defeated the Western Bulldogs 11-7-73. And then the other match, which is underway, North Melbourne and Fremantle. At quarter time, Fremantle led by 15 points against North Melbourne, and into the second quarter, Fremantle lead now by 13 points. What do you do when you have a medical emergency? Public emergency departments do a great job, but they're always busy and often have long waiting times. Private hospitals charge you $280 and more for additional services. But at Ikira Urgent Care, there's no waiting, and you'll only pay a maximum of $150 out of pocket, which includes other diagnostic services that you may need. So which options should you choose? Ikira Urgent Care, Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call them on this number 9839 3333. 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care, your health, your destiny.
20% makes a lot of difference. Imagine your team kicking 20% less goals and being 20% behind on the scoreboard. Actually, it's not. Now, imagine using a Breeze Tag account on Eastlink and getting a 20% discount on all weekend car trips. No need to imagine, it's for real. Open your account online at eastlink.com.au and get 20% off car trips all weekend, every weekend on Eastlink. Now, let's give my mate Ross 20% more stick for being 4 goals behind. Hey, Roscoe! Eastlink, it's time better spent, like at the footy.
Program sponsor. In desperate need of some windows but your budget's too tight? Never fear, because the team at T&B Window Warehouse has the right solution for you. We have surplus windows to suit the needs of any budget. We're located at 120 to 124 Bayfield Road East, Bayswater North. Give us a call, 8727 7506. That's 8727 7506. T&B Window Warehouse. Don't forget the name, part of the EAL and AW Transport Group. Number 1 in window transport. Program sponsor.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
And Mooroolbark fans who have gone local for their footy today would be very, very happy with their side. 9-9-63 over the Barkers to Bayswater, 3-11-29. For all those mathematicians out there, it's a 34-point lead to Mooroolbark going in to the final term in this Division 2 Choose Tap Elimination Final. EFL Gameday on 98.1 Radio Eastern or streaming live on efl.org.au. All thanks to the Pie Shed. The Pie Shed's pies, Soupy, are absolutely delicious. They combine fresh meats and vegetables with just the right combination of herbs and spices. And they offer 40 varieties of pies with a reputation that is second to none. See Mark and the team at their Bayswater or Scoresby stores. The Pie Shed sponsoring EFL Game Day today. And make sure you go get a coffee at Hot Wheels Cafe if you're at the ground today here at Jubilee Park. Soupy, there's plenty of stats going around the ground today. Let's hear some of them. All thanks to Yarra Valley Water. Be smart. Choose Tap.
Well, if you look at the stat sheet, Bayswater really should have made more of their opportunities that quarter. They won the clearances 11-5. They had 58 kicks to 43. They won the contested possessions 32-25. They had 4 marks inside 50-1. They hit free kick count of 10-3 in their favour. Yet somehow they lost the inside 50 count 13-11. I think that indicates too that they're moving the ball a bit wide and a bit slow. They're 34 points behind. If they get those numbers and move it quickly, maybe they're a chance still to outside chance to win this game. But they play like the way they have. You can get all the stats in the world, but you're not going to win.
Yeah, that's very true. Grant Campbell doing a great job for Yarra Valley Water. Be smart, choose tap. Some other scores around the Eastern Football League. It's Ringwood and Mitcham, and Ringwood kicked 3 goals to 2 in the third term. So Ringwood at 3/4 time lead, 8-12-60 to Mitcham, 6-11-47. And in the Division 4 Choose Tap Elimination Final at Tormore Reserve, it's Ferntree Gully 10-9-69, leading Nunawading 5-3-33. You would think Ferntree Gully have that one sewn up, but Nunawading certainly been quite impressive in the past 2 quarters, matching Ferntree Gully. Ray Baird, you've also had a good look at this game today. Your summation of the first 3 quarters and what you think might happen in this final term.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. Look, the first 3 quarters, it's been a typical finals game, I think. There wasn't a lot in the first quarter. Early in the game, Bayswater's half-back line, they stood up to everything. But after half-time, Mooroolbark, I think they've got on top around the clearances and around the ground. And look, they just moved the ball better than what Bayswater do when they move it out of defence. And they force Bayswater to go very wide when Bayswater move it out of defence.
Murph?
Yeah, I said at the start of that, I think Mooroolbark have a bit too many quality players. I think overall it's been pretty even, but the quality players have stood up for Mooroolbark, I feel.
Let's cross down boundary side. Thanks to Akira urgent care to Artie Hall, who heard Neil Winterton at 3/4 time.
Yeah, thanks for that, Benny. Yeah, look, Neil actually wasn't so upset about that quarter. He believed they controlled it more, and apart from the actual scoring of the goals, he reckons they lost about 3 or 4 goals in that quarter from poor finishing. He reckons they won all the key performance indicators in that quarter, and they just need to be smarter and cleaner, Ben.
Thank you very much to Artie down boundary side. About to get underway, 4th quarter elimination final day, Mooroolbark versus Bayswater.
Mooroolbark controlling this one at the moment. They got ball thrown up once again. Matty Ford gets it away. Linford tried to take it away. Roach couldn't quite grab it either. Wiley now takes it to ground and holds it up. Just had an update from Frosty Baird. Mitcham have kicked the first 3 of the last quarter with the wind at their backs. They now lead that elimination final by 4 points.
Jeff Manalitza, thanks to Akira urgent care, was over with Brett Fisher at the Mooroolbark huddle.
Yeah, Brett Fisher, very happy with that quarter. He said, though, that just encourage the pressure down the centre of the ground, force the Waters out wide. The focus is really on process, not the scoreboard. It's all about the team attributes, not the goals, and to finish the game off.
Bayswater working forward. They managed to get it towards McLaughlin, who has a pot shot on goal from about 45. Sets it across to the left-hand side. The 12th behind on the board for Bayswater. 3-12-30 now.
Boundary.
Mooroolbark 9-9-63 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Boundary side, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, just also boundaries-wise for Mooroolbark, we've got Shivers, Newman, Lemon and Wadsworth, and I'm being told that Wadsworth won't make an appearance for the rest of the day. A thigh or a leg problem for him.
Good work by Jeff Manalitza. Giorgio found Dent on the kick in. He might have to go back to him. He does so now. Still uses that left boot, moves it along towards Shivers. They put themselves under a bit of pressure here, out of bounds on the full. It's come off a player's boot. I'm not too sure which way this is going to go. It's going to go the way of Bayswater. So the ball in the arms of David Burmeister, sold the dummy and then kicked it out of bounds on the full. He might have even scraped this in for a behind. He has. So behind number 13 for Bayswater. They've started it okay in this final term. 1.5 minutes gone. 3 goals, 13 plays, 9 goals, 9. They need a couple of quick goals to remain in this match in the first 10 minutes.
Cross boundary side, Akira Urgent Care, Artie Hall.
Yeah, it was just an update on the Bayswater bench. We've got Podger Carroll, Baker, Ola Renshaw, Field on the bench. Thanks, boys.
Thank you very much, Artie.
It's only 4, Artie.
Solid amount of dead silence as they worked inside forward 50. Did Mooroolbark, but it's cut off in the end. And Bayswater a chance to clear out once again. Dangerous kick though. Jesse Field couldn't quite take the mark. Manages to take it at the fall of the ball. About 60 metres from home for the Mooroolbark side. They currently lead this one by 32 points. So waiting for the ball up once again. 2.5 minutes gone in this final term. Roach jumped a little bit too early, managed to get it on the way down though. Winterton gets his kick away up towards centre of the ground. It's cut off on this occasion. Armstrong gives it. His handball wasn't too flash. McLaughlin cleans up. Just holds it in. A win for Bayswater on that occasion, and now 60 metres out from their goal. They'll have a chance to rebound once again. So Bayswater attacking hard the first 3 minutes, Ray?
Yeah, look, their endeavour's great, but as we said all day, they've got to get score on the board. It's no good coming in halfway through the quarter, still having to kick 5 goals or so.
They've got a chance here as Joel Galvin cops another one over the head and gets a free kick. Winterton gets wrapped up and just has no clue about where he was, and the coach gets taken down. Linford taps it down to forward, back to Linford under a lot of pressure. Not much talking going out there as Shivers tries to get away. Manages to find a bit of space up towards the Roach direction. 50 from home. Gives his handball away. Finds McManus up towards the Cadetolevsky direction. Can he hold the mark? Ball spills out the back of the pack. Bayswater a chance to clear away once again. Held up on this occasion by Jones. Haven't seen much of him this afternoon. Jones on half back. Short chip kick. Finds his coach in Winterton. This time doesn't decide to play on. Into the centre of the ground. Nice kick finds Matty Cunningham. Cunningham short once again. Dangerous kick was intended for Redzik. Was cut off though. Cunningham inside forward 50. This is where they need a target to be 2-on-1 at the fall. Hayhurst will be the one to meet it. Can he get a kick on it? No, he can't. Throws it back behind him. Umpire was caught blindsided. Plenty of chances here for Bayswater. They've got the numbers around the contest. McLaughlin's handball wasn't flashed for Burmeister, and the ball seen over the boundary line and out of bounds.
It was a comedy of errors there, wasn't it, boys? Look, they're trying hard. That's the main thing. They're trying to get back into the game, Bayswater.
They're giving themselves the opportunity to clean their skills up a bit, and they'd have a decent chance of trying to get this one close. Polkinghorn takes it away, slipped over at the crucial moment. McLaughlin gets it down to Redzik, puts himself under a lot of pressure. Galvin sticks it on the left boot, sits it out to the left-hand side, and out of bounds on the full in the end. So Mooroolbark a chance to regroup once again.
Giorgio went for the 1-2. The umpire said you've got to come back and go over your mark, which Matty Hayhurst stands. And the short passes on to Armstrong. Once again, the umpire's going to...
Doesn't want to listen.
Wants him to go over his mark. So great crowd out here at Jubilee Park today. Evan Hocking has it for Mooroolbark. You'd expect him to use the grandstand side. That's where the majority of the players are forming. Sets it up now towards the forward direction. McManus had front spot. It went straight through his arms into forward. Good handball by Polkinghorn out to McManus. They're working the ball out wide. Handball by Shaw. McManus found Linford inboard now. Just waiting for it was Wiley, but he ended up leaving it for McManus of the James variety this time. On the left boot, goes up towards the charge direction, flies over the back, couldn't quite pull it down. At the fall of the ball, that was good play by Walton. They got it onto Winterton in the middle. Cunningham uses Winterton and he's streaming forward. Probably needs to take a bounce. Crowd screaming for too far. Kick inside forward, 50, fisted it away nicely there by Brent Gale out of the danger zone. But Bayswater have got the numbers across the half forward line and they might be able to spot a player up if the ball could just sit nicely. Cunningham traps it now. 45 metres out, gets it to Winterton. He wanted to use Walton. He had to swing around in a circle, snap around the body, went straight into the arms of Armstrong. And now Mooroolbark are going to clear out wide because Giorgio's away. On the left boot, drives the ball up towards the centre half forward position. Not as usual, good kick that it almost found Martin on the bounce. Picked up there by Schroeder on hands and knees. Scooped on by Roach. Managed to get a kick up forward. Charge through. He run it into an open goal and he's missed it. Unbelievable. They set it up, Mooroolbark, for a good play, but great bit of work from end to end to keep the ball moving at such a fast-paced charge, not unable to put it through the big sticks. So Mooroolbark on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard moved to 9 goals, 10-64. It's a 33-point lead. Bayswater 3-3-31.
Yeah, I've been quite impressed with Charge today. I think he's been pretty good up forward. He's providing a good target and he's very agile when the ball's on the deck, and he showed there he could have kicked nearly goal of the day, I'd say.
So Bayswater probably with most of the endeavour for the half in this last term, but their skills have just let them down so far in trying to get back into this one. The kick comes out to Nevins at half-back, gives his handball away, puts his teammate McLaughlin under a lot of pressure, has to break about 4 tackles, finally gets a handball away, but it's straight to an opponent in Martin, who kicks inside forward 50 and finds Talevski all by himself. That's probably the only time that he's actually managed to escape comb this afternoon.
Well, it was a missed kick out of the defensive zone, so that's how he found himself free in the end.
So just their turnovers are just hurting over and over again, Bayswater. They're getting probably majority of the ball, but their turnovers have really cost them. I think it's due to Mooroolbark's pressure and just their just silly skill errors as well from Bayswater.
I was going to say, Lee, there too, if the pressure that Mooroolbark's applying, it's fantastic.
76 goals for the year for Kader Talevski. Comes in now for goal number 77. 4 for this afternoon. On the right, Burgess takes his time but slots it back beautifully straight over the goal umpire's head. You will not see a better shot on goal than that. 10-70 now, Mooroolbark running away with this one. 3-13-31. 8 minutes gone, final term in this elimination final. Brought to you by EFL Gameday. The Pie Shed have absolutely delicious pies.
Yeah, and look, that's Talevski's bread and butter, aren't they? Those shots at goal. The goal umpire did not move, straight over the top of his head.
Grant Gamble, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
Bayswater have been on top of the clearances this quarter. They're winning that 4-0. Inside 50s, 5-4 their way. Yet they're still not making much of an impact on the scoreboard yet again.
8.5 minutes gone in the final term elimination final day. You'd think Bayswater's season is done and dusted now. Ford got the knockdown, but Bayswater's going to get the clearance through. Galvin drives the ball inside forward 50. Who's going to be the target here over the back? Nevins might be able to run onto it, but Dents got the good turn of speed and he managed to force the rush behind. In fact, Nevins has managed to keep it in, eventually shuffled over. Minor score is the result. Bayswater moved to 3 goals, 14-32. Mooroolbark 10-70. 7 minutes gone. Giorgio wasting no time. Kicks it out towards the Armstrong direction, takes the mark. It was a 2-on-1 situation. Hayhurst just couldn't create the spoil. Giorgio's just been super all afternoon. Spots up Martin in the middle of the ground and he's able to take off. Martin has 1 bounce, he has 2 bounces. He might be able to use Polkinghorn out wider. Instead he'll go to the top of the goal square towards the charge direction and he works his way to the front spot, the big fella. Position A, and he's going to have a shot for goal from the top of the goal square, and surely he's going to put through his second.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect him to miss. He's only 10 metres out directly in front, but that was just pure strength where he outmarked his opponent.
So charge will come in. Good for Mooroolbark's 11th goal, his second. Super player all day and bangs it straight through the middle. That is Mooroolbark's 11th goal on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 10 minutes gone now in the final term, and Mooroolbark are moving on in the Choose Tap final series because they move to 11 goals, 10-76. At Bayswater, 3 goals, 14-32.
You can see how damaging Giorgio is of coming off half-back. I think Hayhurst has sort of tried to go with him for most of the day, but he just can't keep up with him. And I think next week Rove will probably have to put some attention into Giorgio because he's too damaging of half-back to run the ball and kick the ball 60 metres.
Opened them up all afternoon. 44 points, I should say, is the margin at the moment. Mooroolbark just slowly working their way out of this one. Soupy did say 10 goals, so he's pretty happy that Mooroolbark continue to fire. Although Field gets it out of the middle, kicks it towards the forward direction, up towards Cunningham and McInerney. Neither could mark, and Mooroolbark a chance to get it away through Gale. His handball wasn't that flash. Comes back to Field. Cunningham gives his handball off, manages to find McLeod, who goes inside forward 50, top of the goal square, looking for Hayhurst, but coming across and cutting it off on that occasion.
What a great mark.
Was
Giorgio.
was Murph's man, Giorgio.
3 votes Giorgio, I would say today.
So just holding it up play, trying to work out a target here as Lemon, who comes out of half-back, kicks towards the forward direction. He was cut off in the end. And Mooroolbark to take it away once again. Up towards centre wing in the Roach direction. Couldn't take the mark. That came up about 4 hands, tried to claim it. Centre wing out of side, getting the handball away on that occasion was Leach. Haven't seen much of him this afternoon. And the kick goes wayward up towards half forward for Bayswater. Update from Frosty Baird. Mitcham and the Masters of the final term comeback. They've turned a 13-point deficit into a 17-point lead in 20 minutes.
The Tigers are coming home.
The Tigers to stay alive in the Division 3 final series.
You're calling it?
I'm going to call it if they're 17 points up with 20 minutes gone.
Fair enough.
Bayswater trying to push forward. And it's going out once again. 60 metres from home for Bayswater.
Look, most of the spice has gone out of this game now, but look, we hope that Bayswater can fight it out and get a couple more goals on the board, make their score look a bit respectable.
Yeah, look, at this stage, I'd say that Mooroolbark are definite to play Roval next week in the preliminary final. Bayswater playing out the last few minutes of their season 2012 as Mooroolbark go forward once again through Mullet. Up towards half forward, a long lead in the end. It actually, as a Bayswater player coming in and cutting across on that occasion, it was Hall. Hall short, dangerous kick to Field. He was taken on that occasion by Shivers, who kicks inside forward 50. Charge and Newman just have Polkinghorn around the body. Was made it very hard for himself from wide and tried to celebrate the goal, but 3 for 1 behind in the end. 11-11-77 now. Mooroolbark. Bayswater 3-14-32. 12 minutes gone, final term. This is first semi-final action in Division 2. EFL Gameday brought to you by the Pie Shed.
That was a really low percentage kick by Matty Polkinghorn there. They could have squared it up. They had a couple of players 25 and 30 metres out from goal. It wasn't necessary to have the snap. Handley has the ball now for Bayswater. Uses the outer side of the ground. The spoil's created, so the ball's still alive inside that Mooroolbark forward line. Martin gets the handball received now. He's got to have players in running support. A snap on goal goes to the top of the goal square. Talevski might pull this one down, the big man. What a mark that is. Kede Talevski in the goal square. Takes the mark, and he's going for goal number 5. He loves the big stage, and he loves the big games, and Mooroolbark are running away with this one. And you know he's going to put it straight through, Ray.
Yeah, look, that was, like you said, it was a great mark, Ben. Look, he was caught underneath the ball. It went so high. He did jump, but he jumped vertically, and the 2 Bayswater defenders come over the top, and somehow he just grabbed it in.
Drop punt, go for it, goal. Talevski boots Mooroolbark's 12th, and on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard at the 14-minute mark, they moved to 12 goals, 11-83. It's a 51-point ball game lead, Murphy. Bayswater 3-14-32.
Yeah, someone who's slipped under the radar today has been Mark Martin. He's a quality player, and I think a lot of sides put all the attention into your Polkinghorn, Smith when he's playing, these sort of guys. He goes under the radar, and I reckon he's been very good today.
3 or 4 times, even in this last quarter, he's actually set up that forward drive through the middle of the ground.
Yeah, he's quick, and he's got a good left foot, and he's very smart.
So 40 minutes gone, final term. Today, Talevski kicks goal number 78 for the season 2012, 5th for the afternoon.
You're counting him down, aren't you?
Yeah, just... well, he's only 20-odd away from the 100, so if they can play the
Big
next couple
final.
of weeks. Armstrong gets it out of the middle inside the forward 50. There's that man, Talevski. Couldn't quite get it. Linford kicks it in the end to himself. Manages to try and work out of the ball. Leach, under a lot of pressure, gives his handball away now to Handley. On the outer side, short chip kick finds its target in Backer. Backer gives his handball away back to Leach. Back to Backer under a lot of pressure. Cunningham comes in to try and lend a hand. Can't quite do much with it. They finally work it out of defence up towards half forward. Looks like they found Walton, who gives his handball away, and Mooroolbark a chance to run forward once again. Charging Talevski to raffle it. In the end, Talevski will mark. And about 15-20 metres from home, we'll line up for goal number 6 this afternoon.
Look, they're just under so much pressure, Bayswater, when they're coming out of defence there. We had probably 6 or 7 handballs, and they went to nobody, really. It was just the pressure that Mooroolbark had put on them. But Talevski, I mean, this is when he's most dangerous, late in the game, when Mooroolbark are on a bit of a roll.
I think Tedeschi might have Martin a few beers tonight.
I agree.
I reckon he's put 4 in his chest in the last half here.
Going in now for goal number 6 for this afternoon. Just bread and butter for Kid Antelevsky. He slots that one straight through the middle. Goalkeeper was happy because he didn't have to move. Moves his side now on to 13-11-89. Bayswater 3-14-32. Mooroolbark will head through to the preliminary final next week. 15 minutes gone, final term. This is EFL Game Day brought to you by the Fire Shed.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
Marks inside 50 this quarter for the Mooroolbark, and from that they've kicked 4 goals.
Ball back in the middle of Jubilee Park. Be Ford versus Nevins. Pye throws it up forward, knocked it down. Armstrong's running onto it, put his body on the line, copped one on the way through, so the umpire said protect the head. He earns a free kick. So Luke Armstrong just inside the centre square. Well, why wouldn't you go towards the Talevsky direction or the charge direction? Charge out in front. Got one fistal on it. In front spot Mullet. That was good front and centre place. Squeezes the ball towards the Martin direction. Has to take it on the bounce. Just got boot to ball. Scramble to kick up towards the Linford direction. He tried to kick it to himself. Eventually traps the ball. Taken high. And he'll receive a free kick. Cam Linford. In fact, he's given it away for sticking his foot out, I think, against Cam Linford. I think that's what it's for, yeah. So the fend-off has cost him there. So the kick goes out towards Handley in the back pocket for Bayswater. Cunningham's short. The kick goes over his head. Oh, that way it was intended for McInerney, who's run a long way up. Picked up there by Shivers. Centres the ball now to the centre half ball position at the back spot. Another free kick's been paid. So this time against Martin.
McInerney down behind play.
Yeah, Roach gave him one there behind the play, boys.
Yeah. So Leach, the recipient of the free kick, goes backwards. Bayswater looking to create the switch here to Handley across the face of goals. Finds him now. 17 and a half minutes gone here at Jubilee Park. It's a 57-point ball game. Bayswater wanting to try to finish the year on a high. Jones gave the handball off and they're moving the ball along towards McLaughlin. Centres the ball now. They just need some fast run. Fields was the intended target. The handball went into no man's land. Dent charged through, put his body on the line, and his head, and won a free kick. So Bayswater a little bit sloppy there, Ray, in their movement forward.
Yeah, look, you don't handball to a guy who's standing still. You know, if you're running forward yourself, you either kick it or you go over the top to somebody else.
So Dent goes short now, finds McManus. He's got the run of Armstrong over the top, who's got players out even wider. Chip kick inside forward 50, and it was a good one too, dropping down. Daniel Lemon takes a mark about 45 metres out from goal, 50-degree angle. So Mooroolbark, they've already kicked 13 for the afternoon. They've short passes on too, so really unfortunate that they could leave players alone inside the forward 50, and now Mooroolbark will have a closer shot on goal.
I think I went the early crow, boys. Redback's not done with yet. Goals to Nolan and Katsiavos. Margin now back to 6 points.
So I think there may be a blood rule happening, not too sure. We might cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care. I think our boundary riders are alive. Jeff Manalitza?
Yeah, it's hard to hear. It could be a blood rule. We'll just wait till it gets a bit closer, Ben. I'm not allowed out in the ground.
Well, I thought you might be able to hear what's going on. I can virtually mouth read what the umpire's saying from here. So just trying to give you an easy in there, Artie.
Yeah, sorry, boys, mate. There's a little tiny trickle. I don't know. He might have bit his tongue or tripped over something. I don't know, mate.
So Mooroolbark will have the shot on goal, and it goes straight through the middle too. Goal on the board. That's goal number 14 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard as we cross time on. Mooroolbark moved to 14 goals, 11, leading Bayswater 3-14-32. They're really running away with it now.
There was very sloppy defence play then by Bayswater. The Mooroolbark had a mark out on the 50-metre line, and look, one of the Mooroolbark boys, they just slopped into the hole there, and it was over the top, easy as could be.
It was Daniel Lemon having that shot.
Just an update from Division 4. Ferntree Gully Eagles 13-13, 91 have defeated Nunawading 6-6-42. So the Ferntree Gully Eagles stay alive in Division 4 and will take on Sylvan next week in the first semi-final. So a free kick's been paid out of the middle. It'll go the way of Mooroolbark. Out of the centre of the ground. Good work to play on across the mark. Polkinghorn inside forward 50. Talevsky direction, got 3 to beat. Can't quite bring it down, coming in and cutting across. And a chance to run it away on this occasion. Handley gives it and gets it back on this occasion. Puts himself under a lot of pressure with Backer. Backer's wrapped up in a tackle. Gave his handball away, but Ben Mullet snapped it across the body. And across to the line, manages to stay in. Cadet Talevsky doing a lot of work on the last line of attack, trying to get the goal. In the end, it's punched away as Bayswater try and clear about 25 metres away from the Mooroolbark goal. So goal kickers this afternoon for Mooroolbark. Talevsky has 6 and then 2 each to Charge, McManus, and then singles to Lemon, Hocking and Newman. So they try and, as Bayswater managed to get the clearance away out to the outer side. Centre wing, right in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard with Walton. Walton, short chip kick, manages to find a teammate on that occasion in Hall. Hall goes short again, finds on that occasion McLeod. McLeod, they've switched play right across and he's found Schroeder. So Schroeder, commentary side, centre wing. Kick was ugly, but it manages to find Podger Carroll. Handball wasn't flash. Pretty much the story of Bayswater's afternoon. Can't quite find it. Polkinghorn a chance to clear up, gives it and gets a handball. Up towards Roach, he'll have the handball again on here, Polkinghorn. Up, dishes the handball and tries to get it back. Couldn't quite do it on that occasion from Martin, and it's held up right on the 50-metre arc. And umpire will call for the ball.
Grant Campbell, thanks to Choose Tap.
Inside 50s now 13-8 this quarter. Marks inside 50 6-0, both in favour of Mooroolbark.
21 minutes gone, final term. Ticking down to the end of Bayswater's 2012. Mooroolbark to play next week. Good work from Galvin to get it away. Just chips back to Winterton. Tries to find a bit of space. They now go out to the outer side in the direction on that occasion of McLaughlin. He has to beat 2. So just no real numbers at the moment for Bayswater. They've got nothing really presenting at the moment. And Mooroolbark just walking all over this one. Wiley out wide on centre wing outer side. Kicks up towards the forward 50. Marking ball away to Hanley. Once again cut off. So just pretty much summing up their day. They just haven't been clean enough all afternoon, Ray.
No, look, they haven't. They've been under so much pressure applied by Mooroolbark.
Mooroolbark go to goal once again, and a great mark taken there by James Charge. Kick 2 this afternoon will line up from pretty much point-blank range, slide angle for goal number 3 this afternoon. His side's 15th, and to bring up the 100 for Mooroolbark this afternoon. James Charge wastes no time, sends it straight over the goal umpire's head, makes no mistake. Not a lot going around here. A couple of claps from the Mooroolbark faithful, but 15-11-101 Mooroolbark. Bayswater 3-14-32, 23 minutes gone, final term in the first semi-final.
Let's head out to Vermont Recreation Reserve where the frosty one, Peter Baird, is on standby. What a game we're seeing between Ringwood and Mitcham. What's happening out there, Pete?
The final siren has just blown. We have a drawn elimination final out here at Vermont Recreation Reserve. Ringwood 11-17-83 have drawn with Mitcham 11-17-83. We are about to start the first period of extra time.
Oh, Pete, thanks for keeping us informed. We'll be speaking to you in a couple of minutes, waiting for the teams to get back on the park. Extra time out of Vermont Recreation Reserve. We'll chat to you very soon.
They're just about to bounce the ball, BWS. They're just about to bounce the ball for the first period of extra time.
We'll be crossing back to Pete shortly in the next couple of minutes. Stay with us. Frosty is the ball through Winterton across the half-forward line. Somehow finds Walton. He's got to break a tackle. Eventually gets the handball away, but Mooroolbark have the pressure, and the clearing kick goes out towards the Giorgio direction. He's got to be able to traffic, get around onto that left foot side over the boundary line and out of bounds. Anything happening out there at Vermont, Pete? So we'll keep you informed of what's happening between Ringwood and Mitcham. Of course, a draw out there after full time. Dyson Baker going the early crow. And Ringwood proving him clearly wrong as the kick comes out towards McManus. They cleared the defensive zone well there, and now they've got the run through the middle of the ground. This is a good little bit of play. Daniel Lemon through the middle of the ground. Got the handball across to Martin. Wants to use that left boot. Kicks it towards the Talevsky direction. He got underneath the ball. Charged at the back of the pack. Paddled it to his own advantage. Wanted some support by Mullet. Bayswater kicked the ball off the ground to get it out of that danger zone, but now in the middle of the ground. They've got players through Armstrong, Mooroolbark. The kick goes inside forward 50, and players absolutely everywhere. And the big man, James Charge, takes another mark inside 50.
Look, those last two forward passages of play, Bayswater first of all, and you compare it to Mooroolbark. Bayswater, probably 2 or 3 too many hand passes, whereas Mooroolbark, they have 1, 2 hand passes, and then they put the ball to foot.
So James Charge, he'll come in. He's already kicked 4 for the afternoon, and he bangs it on his boot and he pushes it to the right-hand side. The umpire crosses himself. So 25 minutes gone out here at Jubilee Park. Mooroolbark lead at 15 goals 11, 15 goals 12, 102. It's a monstrous lead now. Bayswater 3-14-32, but they're not letting die. Ball across the half-back line. Winterton handball over the top. Found Galvin, wants to give it back to Winterton in the middle. They're just playing with it a little bit here. Galvin of the Mitch variety. In fact, it was a Joel variety. Kicked it inside forward 50, looking for Redzik. Chopping it off that time was Braden Shivers. His handball went backwards, a little bit dangerous, but found Gale, and now he kicked it into the middle of the ground where McManus is. Tried to tap it to the advantage of Daniel Lemon. Picked it up. He was gang tackled in the middle of the ground. We're going to have a bounce, and we're going to head back out to Vermont Recreation Reserve. Peter Baird's on standby. What's happening out there, Pete?
I'm out here, Wayne Brasher from the EFL Media Team of the Vermont Footy Club's with me. The ball currently on the centre wing. The scores are still locked at 83 apiece. We've been playing about 2 minutes of the first period of extra time. This is an absolutely cracking game.
Yes, Pete, real good game here. Both sides have had opportunities throughout the last quarter to put the game away, but neither side has been able to take advantage, so it comes down to this cutthroat.
We'll keep cutting. We'll cross back to you guys as the score diff changes, and we'll stick with our game out here at Jubilee Park today as Bayswater charge the ball out of the half-forward line. Just cut in whenever you want. Whenever there's a score, guys, the ball goes back towards the McManus direction, about 75 metres out from goal. The arms of Winterton, picks it up now, goes backwards to Backer, squeezes a kick. There's some tired players out there, aren't there? And the mark's taken by Armstrong just outside the centre square, kicks it inside forward 50, standing strong Talevsky. What a mark. This guy is an absolute superstar. He's already kicked 6 goals. This will be for number 7, and they're really running away with it here, Soupy.
Yeah, just to show you how dominant they've been in the final quarter. They only had 7 marks inside 50 in the first 3 quarters. Mooroolbark have had 9 in the last.
Any change out at Vermont, Pete?
The ball is deep in the Mitcham celebrants. We made a last slide in front of the tennis club with the kindergarten out there. They're looking to be the one that's peppering the goal, but haven't been able to get the score on the board. 4 minutes gone in the first period of extra time.
Thank you to Peter Baird out there at Vermont Recreation Reserve. Obviously very echoey. If you can step outside, it would be much appreciated, Pete. Kide Talevsky on the siren out here at Jubilee Park. It's all over. He wants to put through goal number 7, gets underneath it, but pushes it to the left-hand side. So that's the final score out here at Ringwood, and it was Mooroolbark, 15 goals, 13, 103, winning very convincingly by 71 points. Bayswater 3-14-32. We've got Jeff Manalitza down boundary side, and Arthur Hall with the winning coach, Brett Fisher.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Brett, thanks for joining us again. You've been fantastic all day. And congratulations today. A really hard-fought win and a real full-quarter effort.
Yeah, it was. I thought the boys played really, really well. They obviously Bayswater served it up to us, and they didn't make us pay on the scoreboard, thankfully. But our guys took advantage of that. We obviously pushed the Tools forward and really made them, stretched them up forward. So I thought we were really good.
And the most pleasing aspect of today's game for you?
The pleasing aspect was the work rate for the midfield. We shared the ball around. We really cared for each other, and that's what we really need to do. And come finals footy, obviously it's got a lot to do with talent, but certainly got a lot to do with spirit as well. So I thought the boys really kicked a goal in that area. And
we'll say your defence all day was fantastic as well. Giorgio really led that defence today.
Yeah, Trent's great. He needs a match-up. We worked out throughout the season that rather than try to free him up, we give him a match-up, and he thrives on the challenge, and he really excelled back there, and he's just got a thumping left foot and gets it out and over the zone. So a terrific game by Trent today.
And boys upstairs, do you have any questions for our coach here, winning coach Brett Fisher?
Brett, just one from me. I really loved the game of Mark Martin. He really drove some of your play right throughout the middle of the ground and set up probably Talevsky with about 4 goals this afternoon.
Yeah, Mark, he's a terrific in and under player. He thrives on he rates himself on the second and third efforts, which is it's a terrific thing to have. He's very, very strong over the football. He's a very good competitor. We turn him through. We obviously rotate him with Linford and Stevie Newman, but he's just a fantastic blue ribbon player to come in second and third string and pick up the efforts from the other boys. So he done really, really well today.
Ray Baird here, Brett. Just one quick one. Mike Smith, will he be back next week?
Yeah, we could have had Mike in today. He had a bit of a foot injury, but we ran the risk of obviously not having our best side out there. But yeah, certainly Mike will be back next week.
Congratulations, Brett. It's BWS here on the win, mate. James Charge was super all day up forward. Wherever he was, he put his body on the line. He's a very important big man for your side.
He is, Ben. Yeah, he's he's a terrific jump. He's very athletic, and we
good below his knees.
Yeah, terrific below his knees. We push him forward, obviously, to make life a little bit easier for Talevski. Obviously, the opposition plan is to send a third man down there to try to play in front. But when we get Big James down there, he obviously needs a lot of attention and makes it easier for Kadair. So he had a terrific game today.
Well, congratulations on the win. A big day for the Mooroolbark Football Club, the reserves and the seniors getting over the line. We congratulate everyone down there, and good luck in the coming weeks, especially next week in the preliminary final.
Yeah, no, we're looking forward to it. Finals is what it's about and what it's about. And we obviously watched Grosvenor yesterday, and they're a terrific side, and we just want to make sure that we can compete with those. And they're obviously the favourites with Montrose, so we just want to make sure we can compete well.
Enjoy the night. A Brett Fisher down there with Jeff Manalitza and Arthur Hall. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Peter Baird's out at Vermont Recreation Reserve on the line. What's happening out there, Frosty?
We've just completed the first period of extra time, and there's been no additions to the goal. But Jake Kelly from the Mitcham Football Club, he had a snap on goal, a clearance from the boundary throw in deep in their forward pocket. He snapped. He thought he put it through, but the goal umpire disagreed. So after the first period of extra time, it's Mitcham 11, 19, 85. They lead Ringwood by 2 points, 11, 17, 83. Just about to start the bounce the ball for the start of the second period of extra time. Players just changing ends. No rest period between the two periods of extra time.
Fantastic work by yourself out there, mate. Don't be afraid to shout down the line as soon as any score happens out there at Vermont Recreation Reserve. Super game out here by the Mooroolbark Football Club. They ran away with it in the end by 71 points. They led it from go to woe. Mooroolbark actually got the first few points. But with the Mooroolbark theme song, they're a happy bunch. Happy bunch they are too. 15 goals, 13, 103 defeated, 3 goals, 14, 32 out at Jubilee Park. Mooroolbark will play Roeville next Saturday in the preliminary final. What a game that shapes to be out here at Jubilee Park. Ray, no doubt you'll be here in the stands.
Yeah, look, no, can't wait to see it, Benny.
Let's cross back out to your son, Peter Baird, out of Vermont Recreation Reserve. What's happening out there, Pete?
The ball's currently on the centre wing. Mitcham have just kicked the ball out of bounds on the full. Ben Morris for Ringwood's about to send the ball deep inside forward 50, but for Mitcham standing firm in defence is Jackson Glossop, and he's marked strongly in there. Just chipping the ball around in defence. They really need to try and move the ball down the ground as quickly as they can. It's in the arms of their skipper at the moment, James Quilty, and he's just holding the ball up there in the last line of defence for the Mitcham Footy Club.
We're staying with you, big fella. You're doing a great job.
He's kicked it down the line, standing tall on the wing, outstretching his opponent. His big man Law, he's marked on the wing for Mitcham, kicking the ball down to the half-forward line. Out they come, and no one able to take a mark at the ground, though. It's Ringwood that pick up the crumbs. Kick the ball down back into the centre of the ground, but Jackson Glossop again outmarks Adam Parsons there. He stands tall. He's going to send the ball back into the Mitcham forward line here. Unfortunately, it's a really poor kick, though. He's kicked it straight to Scott Lang from Ringwood. Scott Lang, he ums and ahs, doesn't know which way to go, looking to move the ball on in a hurry. He's gone short and found Luke Davis in the centre of the ground. This is their chance. Ringwood are running the ball down the centre of the ground, looking for James Catsialva. Spills the mark, though, but unfortunately, Adam Parsons at ground level. He butters up, but he's wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire crosses himself. He's going to bounce it down about 40 metres out from the Ringwood goal here.
I think we've unearthed the caller, BWS. He's doing a good job.
Keep it going, mate.
Good on you, Frosty.
The ball goes down. Luke Davis unable to pick up the ball. He runs onto it now. Dishes the handball off to the Ringwood player. He kicks it long into the forward line. And no one at home, though, for Mitcham. The Ringwood defenders mop up here. They punch towards the boundary line, but a small Ringwood player there. It's on the far side of the ground. I can't pick up the number. He's wrapped up in a tackle. And once again, the umpire calls for a boundary throw in here, deep in the forward pocket for Ringwood.
How long left How long left do you reckon, Frosty?
I reckon there's about 3 minutes to go in this one. Mitcham currently lead by 2 points. Wayne Brash is telling me there's 3 minutes remaining in this game. Once again, another stoppage. Mitcham are doing all they can to put on as much pressure as they possibly can and wrap up their Ringwood forwards. Up over the top, second man up was Ben Law, taps towards the boundary line again, and they sees the ball out deep in the forward pocket there for Ringwood again. This is their chance. They really need to try and hit that goal. They trail by 2 points, probably 2.5 minutes remaining in this elimination final. Ball back into play. Trent Farmer goes up, wins the tap out at ground level, though it's all Mitcham though, but they're wrapped up at ground level, unable to break from the contest, and we're going to have another stoppage here. Probably 5 or 6 we've seen in the last couple of minutes deep inside that Ringwood forward line.
How many players following the ball, Pete?
There's probably 3/4 of the players on the ground. They're deep in that forward pocket. Mitcham, though, they've got the clearance through Julian Petrarca. He sends it back to centre wing, out of the danger zone temporarily, but onto it, Scott Lang. He rebounds the ball, sends it back inside the Ringwood forward line, looking for Cassie Arbus, unable to mark. Luke Davis running onto an open ball, but the ball doesn't bounce right for him. The Mitcham players kick towards the boundary line, and it goes out of bounds centre wing on the grandstand side in front of the club rooms here at Vermont. This is a ripper game. I reckon there's 1.5 minutes remaining in this game. Ball back into play. Farmer does the ruck work again, unable to get it down. Jared Whittish runs onto the ball, gets his kick, sends it deeper and down the ground to Mitcham. And Julian Petrarca, what a fantastic mark he's taken. He's been the man that's really got them up and going. It's actually Lucas Mallow. Lucas Mallow sends the ball into the Mitcham forward line, looking for his forwards. Can't mark though. At the back of the pack, Jack Gill knocks up. Probably last roll of the dice here for Ringwood. A poor kick though. He's turned it straight over. Running onto the ball is Steve Smith for the Mitcham Footy Club, but he's wrapped up in the tackle and the ball spills out to Ringwood. The ball's currently sitting with Adam Parsons in the centre of the ground. He runs to the forward 50-metre line, puts the ball under the green, and he kicks it from 50 metres out. Adam Parsons puts Ringwood in front. A minute to go. And doesn't look at the celebration from Adam Parsons. I reckon he's doing a lap of honour here. He's saluting the crowd. He's still going around the ground, and he's actually come right off. He's come off the ground. He's that excited. He's going to go back into the centre of the Vermont Recreation Reserve.
Oh, wow.
Ringwood now lead by 3 points. There's probably less than a minute remaining.
Wow. Adam Parsons puts the Redbacks in front.
Take a breath.
You're doing a great job, Peter Baird, out there today. Take it away.
8 points in front. Ringwood 8 points in front.
Jared just received the yellow card for the Mitcham Football Club. That's going to hurt them. Bit of descent there. Ball's back up into the centre of the ground. Tap forward from Mitcham, running onto the ball. Julian Petrarca though, and he's found a target inside the Mitcham forward line. The ball's currently sitting with Trevor Batchelor from the Mitcham Footy Club. He's going to probably go back and have a shot at goal. I reckon there's less than 30 seconds remaining in this game. This kick could be after the final siren. In he comes. He's going to line up the goal. The kick's on its way. Unfortunately, it's off to the right-hand side. He's missed here. Mitcham probably need to affect the turnover here to win this game of football. We're at probably less than 30 seconds remaining in this match. They currently trail by 3 points. The score currently 12-7, 17-89. Ringwood Mitcham 11-20-86. Ball's be kicked long by Mitcham down to the centre wing, and the ball's come over the back of the pack. Ringwood have run onto it. They've sent it into their forward 50-metre line. No one's able to mark it. Mitcham are cleaning up the loose ball, but until Catchy Arbos affects the turnover. Ball's gone into the goal square. Mitcham, they've come run onto the loose ball though. Last roll of the dice out for Mitcham. The kick's been smothered though, and the final siren's gone. 3 points here at Vermont Recreation Reserve, and absolute signs of jubilation. Josh Toohey's just run out onto the centre of the ground, embracing his players. Absolute heartbreak here for the Mitcham Football Club, but scenes of jubilation for the Ringwood.
Oh, Peter Baird, you are an absolute superstar out there at Vermont Recreation Reserve. A great last 5 to 10 minutes call of the game. It went into extra time, and then, well, in the last final moments, Ringwood putting the final nail in the coffin, getting up by 3 points. We'll look forward to hearing your after-ground report, mate. Have a breath, have a drink, and we'll hear all about the game at about 5:15 this afternoon.
Look forward to it, mate. I need to go and regroup and have a dart outside, I think.
Go and have some clean air. Great stuff. We're going to cross down a boundary side to our Akira Urgent Care boundary riders. They've been waiting for an interview. We're going to give them that opportunity now. And, of course, joining Jeff Manalitza is the superstar Trent Giorgio. You're on, Jeff.
I've got Trent Giorgio here, and thanks, Mooroolbark. They've been fantastic all day with interviews, so well done. Congratulations, a fantastic game for you.
Yeah, it was. I was pretty happy to get the win out here on the big round, so yeah, it was good.
And down back, I mean, to only let through 3 goals for the whole day today, a fantastic effort down back.
Yeah, it was. The back six worked really well with being Sean McManus on the spine. It was good.
Did you expect Brett Jane to play today? And if you did you expect him to be up forward?
We heard rumours that he wasn't going to play, but if he was going to play, I assumed he was going to be at full forward. So, yeah.
And next week, of course, you've got the big game against Roval. Earlier this year, you beat them by 11 points. Then they returned the favour, beating you by 11 points. How do you reckon next week will line up?
Should be an interesting contest. I think we match up pretty well against them, so I reckon we can give it a red-hot crack.
And in the last few times that you've played them, who have you matched up on?
I've played on Crozier, I think, the last 2 times, but we'll see how we go this time.
Well, it should be a fantastic game. And boys upstairs, have you got any questions for Trent here?
Yeah, Trent, congratulations on the win. It's Dyson Baker. One thing that I really sort of was thinking about coming into this game was you guys have played on a ground that's been under 4 inches of mud for the last 6 weeks. How has it been trying to transition that and a bit of leg speed onto a ground like this at Jubilee Park?
Yeah, it's been a bit tough with the conditions of our ground, but we got to train at an alternate venue during the week, which helped a little bit. So we got to get a bit more run in the legs there on a normal deck, so it helped us out in the end.
Trent, it's BWS up here, mate. Congratulations on the win and congratulations on a super game by yourself. What was the feeling around the club during the week? Obviously, the talk's been around the top 3 sides in Division 2 all year. You were the ones that found yourself in an elimination final. Was there a case of nerves before today's game?
Personally, I had a bit of nerves myself, but around the club it wasn't too bad. We're all just pretty excited to get out there and showcase our stuff. So I don't think there was too many nerves through the whole group.
Well, you're 1-1 with Roval for the season so far. You'll look forward to that challenge next week. They're a pretty good side.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge next week, that's for sure.
Congratulations on the win, mate. Go in and enjoy it with the boys, and we thank Jeff Manalitza, who's down boundary side with you. Whilst you're down there, Jeff, go and grab the big kid. We always like to have a chat to him. 7 goals, or in fact it was 6 today that he managed to put through. He was going for his 7th on the quarter. But of course, I haven't forgotten about you, Grant Campbell, slapping me away. The Choose Tap stats for the afternoon.
The main stats that mattered were the hit-outs. Mooroolbark won 47-26. What really told the story is when you look at the contested possessions and the uncontested possessions. Contested, Mooroolbark won 140-126. Uncontested, Bayswater won 192-144. That would indicate that Bayswater didn't win as much hard stuff and were wasting possession too much with their uncontested possessions. And the score sources: Mooroolbark kicked 11 goals, 5 from set shots. Bayswater a little wasteful, 3-5. And scores from general play: Mooroolbark 4 goals, 8. Bayswater 0 goals, 9.
Unbelievable. Great job by yourself on the Choose Tap stats this afternoon. Let's go back down boundary side. I think Artie Hall's got it this time with the big fella, Kid Talivski.
Sorry, boys, we're already talking, are we? I haven't got no headphones here. I'll just take them now. I was just saying to Kiri there how his effort today was fantastic. A bit slow in the first quarter, but he's just explained it to me this way.
Yeah, well, look, we've obviously, our ground hasn't been in the greatest of condition the last 7 or 8 weeks, so we've modified training and we've gone and done pool sessions and a few road runs and that. But the last few weeks, I mean, we've got a ground we can use, and it's just been good to get out in a good deck and get the balls flying around. I reckon it's going to come together for us now at the right time of year. Well, obviously today we played pretty well after half time, and it was just good to get the win.
I thought in that first quarter there your immediate opposite in Combs played on you particularly well, but it sort of once you worked him out and what he's about and you started leading, I think you turned the whole thing around for Bayswater. What do you reckon?
Yeah, look, he's a pretty strong player. Like, he's fairly quick as well, and I'm probably not getting any quicker in my old age. So he kept up with me on the leads and made a few good spoils. But yeah, I sort of suppose I started to use my body a little bit more to my advantage, and the boys started delivering the ball a bit better, and shook off the nerves, and started getting the ball coming forward pretty well.
Yeah, I thought you done that very well today, and I thought you had great assistance from James Charge, and as well as that in Cameron Linford, their work around the ground and getting it forward to you, I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, Linford Polkinghorne in the first half they just dominated the game pretty much, and then the big fella Chargy down forward. We've probably tried to this year to get a bit more of a spread of goal kickers. Like, we've probably been known to be a little bit one-dimensional in the past. So, it's good that Chargie's bobbed up with 4 goals today, and it's going to bode well for us coming into next week against Roval, who are quality side, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about having extra goal kickers around the ground. When you've got a man mountain such as yourself standing in the forwards there, it's a lot easier to kick it to yourself when you're presenting, mate.
Love the man, love.
A great effort all day. Anything from you upstairs, boys?
Yeah, look, kid, one from me, and you spoke about him a lot, was James Charge, and he's just one of those guys, and I've seen him a couple of times this year. He's so versatile as a big man in terms of his work in the ruck along with Manny Ford, but then actually being able to not only give your chop out in terms of leading, but he's actually kicked 3 goals, and between you, you've managed 10 for the afternoon. So a fantastic effort from him.
Mate, Chargie, I've been saying it since he first strode down to pre-season. He's about 6'6", very athletic. He's probably one of the quickest blokes in the side. And he had a few problems at the start of the year with his body, and he did his hammy twice. So it's taken him a few weeks to get a bit of consistency in his footy. But I think it's definitely, like you saw today, the results. It'll bode well for us next week, and who knows after that. But he's been fantastic for us this year, the big fella.
It's Ray Baird here, kid. Look, congratulations on your effort. Look, you had Russell Combs stand you today. In your previous meetings, is he the boy that went with you?
Nah, not. Usually I had Brent Jane. Like he was overseas this year, I think, for the first time. But then I got Mitch Galvin. He's a fairly tough opponent as well. And Russell would normally man up on Benny Mullet, but I think they must have done the switcheroo, and Russell started on me early today, and I couldn't really get a kick in the first quarter. He's doing a really good job. So I was pretty lucky. He did his hammy, I think, in the last quarter, and I kicked a few. So. It was all right.
Lee Murphy?
Yeah, kid, Lee Murphy here, mate. How you going?
Okay, Lee. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. Lazy 6'4" today.
Yeah, mate. Like I said, struggled early on, but the boys started getting on top, I suppose, through the middle of the ground, and delivering the ball really nicely. And it was good to get on the end of a few, and it's a great win.
I was saying to the boys, you might show Mark Martin a couple of beers. I reckon he put 4 on your chest today, so you must love the ball getting down by him.
Yeah, no, I did. I said to him, mate, you struggled in the first half. I said, it's good you turned it around. You've played really well in the second half of the last quarter, so I'll have to buy him a few beers.
Great stuff, kid. You've been great with your time. It's BWS here, mate, and of course you were part of the club as they moved up from Division 3 into Division 2. How do you see the club position now? Are you ready for the next step? Of course, the Resi's getting up today, the seniors getting up today. The club's really moving in that right direction.
Yeah, it is, mate. It's a great footy club. I mean, there's a lot of people that put in a lot of work down there, and it's a good committee. And our president, Barrel, is a great bloke, and it's just good to see results of a lot of hard work. We recruited well, but it's that's shows the efforts of the committee and people around the club to raise the money that we can go out and get a couple of blokes, fill holes we needed. So we've done a good job, and look, who knows what can happen next week. That's what we'll be focusing on firstly, and then obviously who knows after that. But it's just great to get to this position.
Well, the Muzza B bandwagon rolls on for another week. Congratulations on the win, mate. Go inside, shower up, and enjoy the rest of your weekend while it lasts. And of course, we'll chat to you again throughout the EFL Final Series, kid. So thank you very much to Jeff Manalitza and Arthur Hall. They can make their way back up to the grandstand. Artie should make it up here in about 20 minutes' time, but we're going to go through our 3, 2 and 1 votes for the afternoon. We're going to start with our Choose Tap Statsman, Grant Campbell. Today, how did you see it, mate?
Well, I thought Bayswater's best player was Ryan Hanley, but my 6 best players were all from Mooroolbark. 3 unlucky guys. Talevsky, up forward, very good presence, obviously 6 goals, but he did most of his good work in that last quarter when the game was already won, so I left him out. Matthew Ford in the ruck I thought was very good. He won the hit-outs decisively, but they didn't win the clearances, so I've held that against him. He just misses out. Another person to just miss out, Mark Martin, used the ball very well, but again I think he played his best footy when the game was already won. The 3, 2 and 1, I've finally got it to it. I had these votes at 3/4 time, and I'm not going to change them. 1 vote to Cameron Linford. I thought he was very influential in those first 3 quarters. James Charge, I thought he was the outstanding forward on the ground. I gave him 2 votes, and 3 votes to the guy who was solid as a rock in defence, Trent Giorgio.
Yeah, I'm pretty much along the same lines there, which means that I may as well give my votes. I'll come in second today, why not? One vote today goes to the big kid, Talevsky. 6 goals, super performance by him. We just had a chat to him, and he's such a great club person, kid. He really wants the Mooroolbark Football Club to be successful and move up into those Premier Division. Congratulations on his performance today. He gave a few little shoves early, gave away a few free kicks, but he definitely made up for that with the rest of his game. I gave 2 votes to James Charge. I thought he was super throughout the contest. His efforts, his second efforts, his ball use, even to be able to get down at ground level and get handballs out and go after it again and again and tackle. And he's actually got a really good turn of speed for a tall man as well. And if they need a chop out in the ruck, he's the man to go to as well. He gets my 2 votes. And Trent Giorgio was a standout for me in the first half, and he just continued on. He was the general across that back line, from the half back line to the full back line. He was absolutely everywhere. He's a smart footballer. He knows how to read the play, and that always is to his advantage. Beautiful left foot kick too to get it out of that danger zone week in, week out. So he gets my 3 votes. Let's head a boundary side for one of the last times today. Jeff Manalitza is going to give his a 3, 2 and 1. Thank you, Jeff. Trying to handball it off to Artie.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ben. Firstly, I've got to thank Mooroolbark. They've been fantastic all day today in terms of giving us interviews. Brett Fisher, thank you. Especially to him. In terms of the votes, as Talevsky did say after the game, Polkinghorne and Linford, I've got to give special mentions to them. Their delivery of the ball into the forward line all day, particularly in that first half, was second to none, and really created those opportunities for the big forwards. I'll have to give 1 vote to Talevsky. 6 goals at the end of the day. I thought 2 goals in that second quarter, and he had quite a number of other shots at goal as well. Really turned the game on its head in that second quarter. They ended up kicking, I think it was 5 goals to 1 in that second quarter, which really won it for them. I have to give 2 votes to Charge, as we said. The big man up forward today and in the ruck. Look, he had a fantastic day today, kicking 3 goals. And my 3 votes, like everyone else today, Trent Giorgio, fantastic. The general down back today. And, really good game for him, and looking forward to seeing him next week.
The ever-reliable number 5 for the Mooroolbark Football Club, Arthur Hall, making an appearance finals time in the Choose Tap Final Series Division 2 today. Great job by yourself, mate. How did you see it from boundary line?
Oh, I've seen it much the way you guys have seen it. And I won't go on. I've got 1 point for Linford for the same reasons you talked about. I've got 2 points for Charge. I thought his game today, especially in that second term, was absolutely sensational. They played him forward, they played him back, and wherever he went, he was on top of his game. And I think he's the main reason that Mooroolbark got up today. And with everyone else in defence, Trent Giorgio couldn't go past him today. He's just running down the wing, up the pocket, everywhere you wanted a player to be. Strong, tackled hard. So 3 for Giorgio. In the special comments chair throughout the Division 2 final series, we have got the captain of the East Doncaster Football Club with us, Lee Murphy. Great performance by yourself today, mate, in the chair. I hope you enjoyed it. But how did you see the votes, 3, 2 and 1?
It's a bit different sitting up here, so I take my hat off to you guys. Apologies first to Talevsky, kicked 6, probably kicked a couple of late ones, so just keep him out of the votes. Linford,